Welcome, everyone, to Good Buddy Comics. This is Good Buddy Chat with artist Josh Lewis. Glad to have you on the show, Josh.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah,
I'm,
thank you for coming on.
I
Yeah.
normally introduce myself and Tyler, but I had to run and grab something right before the show went live, so I was kind of
Throwing
discombobulated.
off. Yeah.
I'm Dustin Whitney, my partner at the very top, Tyler Laracy. Welcome to the show, everyone. And like I said, we're extremely excited to have Josh Lewis, uh, a good buddy in waiting for quite a few years now. So and also a viewer of the show. So we love to have
Yeah.
viewers on, but
Fans
also an
first,
extremely talented artist. So thank you for coming
Yeah.
on, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here. Happy to be on the show. You guys have graced my TV while I've drawn many drawings.
We're sorry.
Yeah. We apologize. Yeah,
Perfect
Yeah,
background noise.
exactly. Yeah. Either lulls you to sleep or is like, it's like just enough to be like, all right, I can do other
No,
things.
that's great. You guys have been crushing it.
Well,
But
thank you. Appreciate that.
you're a viewer of the show, so you know what's coming up, Josh. This is no surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise. We've got to open up the club.
Yep.
And welcome to the club, Josh. The
Yeah.
Good Buddy
You're
certified.
officially a certified good buddy.
Yep. Oh, I don't have the sticker here.
Feels
But
good.
I couldn't remember yet. Did we give? I can't
You
remember
guys
if we
gave
gave you.
me,
Okay,
you
cool.
pre-certified me at Heroes.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we
thought
need to
we
start
had-
making pre-certified
I
stickers.
should be
Yeah.
wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
It's in the trash in Charlotte.
I was gonna say,
somewhere.
that's what we told everybody handed out. We're like, hey,
So-
you
No, I
toss, that's
definitely
fine.
have
Just
it
don't
somewhere. It's definitely somewhere.
All right. So,
It sounds like
No.
my stickers. They're somewhere on the floor. So
Yeah, and after Heroes Con, you come back with bags full of stuff,
yeah.
and you forget.
yes.
You're like, where did I stick this one thing? Which pocket? Which? And then we went on a trip immediately after that.
Oh wow.
Oh,
I
no.
just dumped all my stuff out
Yeah.
and repacked. So I'm still kind of figuring out where all my stuff is from Heroes.
Yeah.
It's a fun surprise, though. I noticed that as I was, because I wanted to refresh myself on your Dino and Future Kid series. So I
Yeah.
found those, and as I was finding the different stuff, and it got me looking through all my other stuff at Heroes. I was
Yeah,
like,
the
oh, I don't remember
files.
getting that, and the little cards that you give out with all your stuff. Just a lot of neat stuff that you can pick up
Yeah.
at Heroes. That's swag. That's just
Yeah.
swag. That's cool to look at and reflect on.
For sure.
And
yeah.
also,
Perfect.
being a millennial, I don't like throwing things away. Again, it's like the running joke. It's like I can't
Yeah.
throw anything away. It just stays. It has to serve a purpose. So
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a millennial thing until I
Yeah.
started seeing the memes about it.
yeah,
I'm
it's like,
oh,
I
yeah,
like
I'm guilty.
I've got a box full of boxes. It's like I'll use it at some point. Kind of. a
It'll
deal,
come
so.
through. It'll come through.
Yeah.
Every time I put a shelf together or something from IKEA or something like that, you always have a thing of stuff left over.
Yeah.
I have totes and totes of that stuff, and I'm like, one day I just need to throw it away.
Oh yeah, like the hex wrenches you get on. I'm like, why
Yeah.
did I just saw another meme about that where it's like they added it to the pile. So
that's great. Well, I was making sure with our buddy Britton saying the anticipation. I was nervous for half a second that we hadn't hit the live button. That we were.
no, it was funny because I
Okay.
looked in the corner just to make sure because I was
You
like, all right,
both-
are we live? Yeah, I just want to make sure. So
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
you watched that show, Josh, but that was a very awkward show. Where the only show that we did that way, but it haunts us to this day. We were 10
Which one?
minutes talking before there was a live. Before we
No
hit the live
way.
button.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've caught that one.
who was it? Who he had on? Who we were talking
Seth.
to? Seth. Yeah, that's what I
Of course,
thought.
it was Seth. Yeah, Seth.
All the
But-
best material too, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I've noticed that once you have to try to say everything again, and
Yeah,
hit all
'cause
the bits and everything.
You wanted to
Yeah.
repeat it, and I was like, no, you just go for
forced.
you don't they
No,
missed it.
forced
That
it.
was only for us. So
I forced it. Well, we were talking about something, and it played really well with what the audience was saying, so we had no idea we weren't live.
it
That
was.
made
It
10
did make
times
it.
worse.
Yeah, their comments made it seem like we were live, which made it all the more awkward when it was like, oh, we aren't.
At least
so
you
that
realized
thumbs
eventually.
up, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but when we did, it was a kind of a mouth drop,
A
panic
revelation. Yeah.
moment. Yeah, so we double, triple, and quadruple check it now just to be safe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta go through those failures to
Yeah.
check those boxes, realize, okay, this is this is a thing that needs to be done and made sure of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Seth. So if anybody was like, all right, well, this is the best,
Yeah.
option that could have happened versus like a new guest or something like yourself. So
That's
Oh,
right. That would be mortifying. So we don't want that to happen. So.
No worries.
But it all our friendship with you and our introductions with you all goes back, much like mine and Tyler's introductions and origins, goes back to Heroes. Heroes connects a lot of us together. But we had seen you at the Scotty drawing section.
I'd been around,
the auction,
I was always the one that would like pop in at the last second and then run off and then pop in and so I didn't really get to sit and talk a lot during those times. But whenever I found out you're an artist, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I want to check your stuff out. And much like Tyler, me and Tyler both talked. It's like, well, wow, that's pretty incredible art that you got.
Yeah,
thank you. I feel like it's come a long way since the first year that I was there. This year was the first year I tabled.
Yeah,
I've been going as a fan. 2022 was my first year, and the reason I went is because Scotty was on the list. I was just starting to be like, oh, let me check out some conventions around.
Yeah.
And I saw he was coming to Charlotte, which is just 2 hours from me. So I was like, oh yeah, I got to go. He happened to be doing a panel with Jonathan Hickman that year.
That's right.
So I went to that. Asked. Got up in line, asked them both questions, and. That year I remember Scotty's line, it was like 10 people long. So I was like, oh, I just got right in line and got to talk with him for a little bit. It was awesome. So I went as a fan for many years before I feel like my art was ready. I didn't have a comic I was working on back then. I was just kind of scratching the itch, of a hobby turning into maybe something more.
I was going to say, it's so it wasn't your regular job or like being in the art field. You mind me asking like what you do or what you did?
I mean, so dad is my number one job, and then adaptive sports is my big thing. Awesome. I was running the wheelchair program up in Rochester, New York, wheelchair basketball program for a while, and then we moved here, joined the team here, helped coach the youth team. Just a lot of different opportunities through that.
Yeah.
And I fractured my sternum playing wheelchair basketball. Wow. And so I was laid up like, yeah, your season's over.
Yeah.
So my wife at the time was doing like a lot of party planning type stuff for animal shelters she worked at. And she was like buying these flyers off Etsy. And it was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Let me teach myself to make these flyers,
Yeah.
So
wow.
I dabbled in graphic design. I can still do it a little bit. I have my Adobe Illustrator still going. Nice. But I quickly learned like, all right, I don't necessarily want to be just clicking a mouse all day. So I bought my first sketchbook at 34, and started doodling and tracing a lot, copying a lot. Kind of stumbled my way into knowing who any of these artists were. I had no idea who Scotty Young was. I remember going to the comic book shop when Marvel 1000 came out. I'm like, who's this guy with all the babies on here? Like, what is this cover? Like, this is so odd, and I didn't pick it up. I didn't buy it at the time. And then, as I keep, diving, sorry, Scotty. Yeah. I've got like hundreds of your comics now, but
you made up for it. Yeah.
But at the time when I was still figuring out what type of artist I wanted to be, how I wanted to draw, all of that. I didn't know. I was, had no idea. I was buying more like the muscly comic, 90s guys because I was big into comics in the 90s. I bought all the Age of Apocalypse was my favorite run back then. I remember going to the barber shop, excited to pick up whatever issue I had. I wasn't old enough to be like, I need issue 1 and 2, and I need to read these in order. I was just like, what one has Cyclops with the long hair and Wolverine with a chopped off hand,
I love that. The identifier.
That's kind of what I started talking. Quickly realized like, this isn't fun really. I don't care about all this anatomy and muscles and And just as I started doodling, I found Scotty and just the freedom and the fun
Yes.
that he brought. I mean, it's an addictive way to draw. And like I say, it scratched an itch I didn't know was there that I'm still scratching, 7 years later now.
So you said you picked up a sketchboard and started drawing and messed around. I mean, did you do it when you were younger? Is this something, because it just blows my mind that as good as you are.
When you kind of look back at your life, you see little touchstones that if you weren't looking, you wouldn't notice. Like I do remember making an Awesome Man comic that I wrote that I'm sure every 8-year-old wrote an Awesome Man comic, and it was, mostly just covers and doodles and, and then in my high school, we were allowed to pick between art classes and tech classes. And I always chose the art classes.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think anything
Makes
about
sense.
it. This is more enjoyable. I don't want to be working CAD to figure out how much load this bridge can hold. I don't care about
I do, Josh.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't want to build a wood bridge.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than probably a lot of 9-to-5 jobs.
No. I get what you mean. That's pretty cool that was an indicator of what was to come.
And then,
like I said, looking back,
just random times in my 20s, I remember just sitting down and I got really into Dragon Ball Z for a year. So I'm like, I'm going to draw Goku. I'm going to draw Cell.
Yeah.
And then I didn't touch a pencil for 15, 20 years. 15,
Oh, wow.
15 years. Yeah, it was my early 20s. And just kind of tucked away the comics for a long time. I thought they all got ruined. My basement got flooded in my last house, and I thought all my comics were down there. And then when we moved to North Carolina, I found the box of them. So I still have a lot of my old Age of Apocalypse.
That's awesome. Yeah,
that is cool.
Spider-Man 2099, stuff like that.
I was hoping you had the Awesome Man comics still.
I wish I had those old drawings. Well, my mom rightfully tossed them in the trash.
No.
I will say, in high school, I took a journalism. I was in 3 years of journalism class. We did the school newspaper, and I did a comic for the back of the newspaper called Stickman. And you all know how talented I am artistically.
Hey,
I've been
your Grogu, man. It's great.
Yes, I was much worse back then. So but you're right. It's something about having a little bit of creative juices. Even somebody like me, you pick it up. It's fun to start creating. We talked a little bit about before the show about even creating these slides. What could seem like work for some people, once you start getting into it and start laying stuff down and seeing something form and starting to come together, it really kind of motivates you to keep going and do more of it. So
seeing the fruits of your labor.
Right.
Yeah. Well, just like you said, it's just fun. It's just it's a different. There's no real limitations as compared to the left brain thinking with cells and stuff like that. It's more. There's rules and things you have to follow, whereas art, there is obviously for good work, but you can just, pick up a pencil and just draw whatever. It doesn't matter, it's just as long as you're having fun is the biggest thing. So yeah,
absolutely. And I will say, before I was going to ask you a question about your con appearances, but for anybody that's looking at the bottom, Josh, one of the prizes tonight is going to be a color sketch card, winner's choice by Josh. So if you type in the tag or the comment hashtag this thumb is for you.
Watch our previous episode for this.
It's coming for you.
Last minute edition. We were having one giveaway tonight. We ended up with 2. So
make sure to type that into the comments section, and you will be automatically entered into the drawing for. And once Josh has brought some of the commission work that he did for the Scotty Young Appreciation Group, gracefully did for us. So
thank you guys.
Once you see this work, you're trying to be creating fake.
You'll want it, If we could get in, we'd get in too. So
and heck, I might get in here. I've got my wife and kids upstairs. They can get in.
Oh, there we go. My wife's sleeping, so
you have a cat though. The cat can get in. So Josh, you said this was your first Heroes exhibiting as an artist. How many other cons had you did before this Heroes?
You could say 3, but I did Baltimore. That was a big one last year.
Saw that one, yeah.
And I did a few small ones in South Carolina. Like one of them was a 1-day Sunday show in a hotel. Like, so it was, I sold some original art and stuff like that, but nobody was buying my comic. Nobody was buying the comic. But I feel like I didn't get into Heroes last year. I finished Dino and Future Kid issue 1, kind of just had my head down, like working on that, and then popped my head up. I'm like, all right, let me submit to Heroes Con. Well, it was already March by that time.
Oh wow!
So they were all booked up.
Yeah.
And Carlo was nice enough to let me know, like, hey, we're all full, but I'll put your name in for next year. So I'm like, all right. So I go to Heroes Con as just a fan again, and then came home and I saw an email that I'd missed from Carla like 2 weeks earlier. She's like, hey, some people dropped out. We'd love to have you if you're able. And
absolutely.
I feel like I turned into a ghost. I'm like, oh, like I missed the biggest opportunity
the dread,
of my career. All because I still don't know how I did it. Like my Gmail usually pops right up on my phone. But for whatever reason I didn't get it. But it was, I'm very much a everything happens for a reason type of person.
I like that. I like that philosophy.
And so last year I went to Heroes. I had my comic and I handed them out with like I made this little like self-deprecating sequential art that was like, here's my comic for you to throw in the garbage, basically. I handed it
the good buddy method. Yeah,
that's right.
I handed it to everyone who would take it.
A man of culture, I see.
And I'm sure most people either put it in a pile and forgot about it or stuff in the garbage. But it forced me to kind of get my work out there, talk to some more established artists I hadn't. A lot of them were so incredibly supportive and so many kind words that it really just like, I feel like it motivated me more than if I had tabled last year at the level that I was at, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, yeah. You felt more comfortable, I like in a sense, like being able to just not be again, held down by the table, but just be like, all right, I'm
more
just
to my portfolio. I had more art to show, more art that I could talk about, be confident in this year. So I'm kind of glad it happened that way. And like all the years before it, like I kind of like worked myself up. Like 2022, I just went purely as a fan. I didn't have any work to show anybody. I was just meeting people. I didn't even know there was the live art stage. I lucked out so crazily, like just having me wandering around the show hall. And I'm like, that's Scotty Young just starting a drawing. So I'm like, this is where I'm going to be the next however long it takes. So I sat and watched him do that Nightcrawler piece.
That's a good one.
And then the next year, because I don't know if they were showing their schedule of when he'd be up on stage back then, or if it was more just random, but I had no idea when he'd be up. And the next year, again, just totally random. I think I missed a year. I think it was 2 years later. I missed that year that he did the Miles Morales one.
Yeah. I wish I would have been able to watch that one,
When he did Deadpool Wolverine, I just was that last year or 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Galactus was last year.
That one again, I just happened to be wandering around. He was drawing, and it was like serendipitous that I got to see those two drawings. And now I'm so thankful, that Megan posted the schedule.
Yeah.
This year kind of was, I popped over to watch a little bit, but I had to run my table as well. And, it's hard going as a fan and a professional because you still want to go around and network and see all the stuff. But you're also always worried, like, who might be stopping by your table and all that stuff. So, I went over, saw a little bit of him start it, saw some midpoint, and then just stuck to my table for the majority.
Well, the good thing, too, is as Scotty does this every year, there's so many people videoing it, too. So if you missed out any of it, at least you can come back and at least catch the process. But it was a lot of fun to, speaking of Scotty's piece, segue
your
into your
piece,
piece.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk a little bit
Oh
about
yeah,
this
right,
piece
right in
too,
the
'cause-
same breath. Yes.
Yes. It was, hey, well, you were talking about, people possibly throwing away your first book that you did, the little thing, things you were handing out. It's crazy to even going back in Scotty's career in the early 2000s when he started doing cons and setting up at tables with other artists, and his early sketchbooks that were, yeah, I'm sure, was having trouble giving those out, selling those away. And now you look on eBay and those are being posted for
Yeah.
$1,600 to buy
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
It's
anybody
great.
that threw it away, yeah,
Yeah.
when you get big, Josh, and we know you will, we know you're going to get. We have high hopes for you. People are going to be kicking themselves for throwing anything away that you may have created. So,
I
but
appreciate
this piece, let's talk
I'll
about
say,
this piece a little bit.
thankfully, nobody will throw out this piece. This
Good Lord, let's
one,
hope not.
was a hot item at the
It
show, which is
was.
so awesome to see, and it's such a great piece. So
Yeah, this piece is really funny, and I'm realizing people found a joke in it that I didn't even intend.
I would not have got it, but once you said it, I was like, okay, I can
Like,
see it.
I can
I
see
even-
it. Yeah.
Here's a
Wait,
better
can you
picture
go
so you can
back
tell the
one
story.
slide for just a second?
Yeah.
Is that easy enough to do?
Yeah,
Like, you
no,
see where they placed my name and table number like in the middle of the drawing?
Yeah.
Like, I think they did that
Okay.
as like a censor, right? Like to
Oh,
play on the joke.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
was trying to understand, like, why they
Why
put my
would-
name. Like, I was
Yeah.
even thinking, like, you think anyone will get mad at me if I reach in there and move it?
I
Like,
hadn't
I'd
even
be
made
honest,
that connection.
No,
'Cause, yeah,
but
everybody else's is like
Yeah,
out.
look
They're
at the
not going
right.
to cover the
Yeah,
artwork. Like
like,
everybody's
right, look-
below.
thinking they
That's
were playing
true,
on a
yeah.
joke I didn't intend.
Yeah.
Well,
And
if you look at the right side over there too, just to not to, but I wanted to say, good buddy Jared Colum's up there at the top.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Chris-
yeah, on the
Chrissy
board
Zulu-
with Jared.
Chrissy
Yeah.
Zulo's art's right above you. I mean, this is a big wall. You're on a big wall with a lot of big artists, so
yeah, I couldn't
this piece
believe it.
fits right
You
in
know,
there. But
when you
none of their
submit
names
your
are covering
piece-
up their art. Yeah, you're right. Which is
Yeah, so I think they were playing on the joke. Like, also, like, I did put mine in like a, what do they call it? Like a
Like the plastic bag, like this.
It's
oh
the
the-
word
yeah sleeve.
top
Yeah,
loader, a top loader.
Oh, the top loader. Yeah, top
I
Like,
loader.
got
I
you.
put it in that just because, like, I used a lot of black ink, so it was kind of warping, and I'm like, I don't want it to be like all curled when people
Yeah.
look at it. So I'm like, if I put it in this top loader, it'll hold it more flat. So they also might have just tried to stick it in the top loader, and that's where it landed. I don't know, but I'm like, they might have been playing on the joke that. And that might have been what got it in the auction, is they thought, oh, what a hilarious joke.
You want to tell the joke?
Yeah, if people don't know. So even the wonderful woman that paid a lot of money for this piece came to my table the next day, and she's like, I'm going to put it in my bathroom. It's so hilarious. And I was like, oh, that is funny, because somebody had commented when I posted on Instagram that it reminded them of Thor sitting on a toilet and, doing his business on Loki.
Doing the deed, yeah.
And that was never my intention. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
It makes it better, it's a better thought of the joke, but it's like, I just like the composition.
Yeah,
Originally, I just had Thor up on the cloud, just sitting there, and then I'm like, oh, how can I expand this piece? And it could be raining on Loki just because they're brotherly.
He's having a bad day. Yeah.
You got the God of Thunder up there. Yeah,
He's
that's-
messing with the cloud. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I said this to the woman that I didn't, I'm like, yeah, baby, did you get that joke too? Like, she looked at me like I was the dumbest artist that had no clue what they were doing. Just barely stumbled. Like, the value of the art that she just paid just dropped in her mind.
Oh,
And hopefully that's just me, like,
Assume,
my
like seeing
brain.
something that maybe wasn't there. Yeah.
But she's like, I feel like the conversation ended
It was
really
like, oh.
abruptly.
say, thanks.
Well, it was an incredible piece because I told this on the show last week, and you probably heard me say it. But I'd leaned over and told one of our guys up there that I was like, I'm gonna go for this one.
Yeah, go
and
for it.
But my budget was like wiped out. Like I had a certain amount, and I didn't even get to get a bid in. There was so many people
jumped.
bidding on this.
Yeah.
It was cool to see like some traction. Like I create so much of this stuff in a vacuum, just up here in my studio, after my kids go to bed, just drawing, watching you guys, and never knowing how this is going to be perceived. You put it on Instagram. Some things get 15 likes, some get 400. It's like
it's crazy.
You can't put any stock in that. So to see like a room full of people that genuinely love art, to put their hands up for me, and like there's a guy right behind me, and he's like, he had no idea who I was. Like he's not buying it for me; he's buying it for the image I created.
Yeah, the art. Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
No, it's really cool. I mean, especially for a first show, first piece in the auction, like you said. I mean, it's tough. You see some where I'm like, man, that should have gone for like so much more because it's such a great piece. So it feels nice to see one where it's like, oh, I'm glad it's being recognized. So
yeah, I appreciate it. And you don't know like when you donate the piece whether it's going to make the Saturday auction.
True.
Exactly.
So, like, I had a guy two tables down, Jake Baker, amazing artist, and his piece didn't get selected for Saturday night, and I'm like looking at his stuff and then looking at mine. I'm like, like it's hard to know what they're gonna pick, what they're gonna see that they think is gonna hit with the group. Have you guys ever gone to the Sunday auction?
I'm typically headed home at that time. Like I got Sunday's usually reserved for my last pickup.
That's the hard thing.
Same. It's like wrapping up, so it's like it's always there. The intent I'd like to check it out, but.
Yeah, see, so the people that really want to see the art are there Saturday.
Yeah.
And Sunday, you never know. People are going to get a steal. I'm sure.
Yeah. That's what people have said. Because that's the thing for me is like my wallet's already pretty much blown by this. So it's like unless I reserve some for just in case something pops up Sunday. So
we don't know what's going to be there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I'm glad you said that because it's the walls. When we took a video whenever we came back during our Heroes recap show that kind of showed all the art that was there, but there's probably double that amount that's left on the table, and they leave the stuff on the table for anybody that's never been to Heroes for you to preview before the show. And there were pieces I looked at and I thought I might bid on that did not make the Saturday night show.
Yeah.
So I mean, for this one to be selected is quite the honor, especially if it's your first show to exhibit.
Like I said, it's a big deal. There's like I said, it's a lot of competition, or not a competition, but just more so a lot of artists and people, and even getting through Saturday is difficult because they get so many pieces. So
and I mean, that show goes till like midnight, so they're trying to get as much up there as they can. It's like there's only so much time that you can be auctioning off pieces, but I'm very grateful to the people that selected it. It's very cool to get in line, look at all the art, and kind of the anticipation, and then to see it there with the names like you said, to be like, wow, like people are going to see this that have no idea who I am. That you never know what might come of it,
and it's got to help Sunday sales and Sunday's table visits too, especially when a piece like this that you've created that you didn't just kind of phone in, that you kind of put your heart and soul into it, and people saw that. Did you see an uptick, or did you see quite a more traffic?
I wouldn't say it was like a noticeable, but I think there was one or two people that were like, oh yeah, I loved your auction piece. It was cool. I had a guy who commissioned me at Baltimore stopped me at the auction, and he's like, he was also here at Heroes, and he's like, I took pictures of 3 pieces up on that wall. He showed me his phone, and he's like, yours is one of them, and he commissioned me for another piece after that. So like I said, you never know who might see it, what art collectors, what publishers, who that might see it, might take an eye. And it's like everyone says, it's so hard to get eyes on your work, so any opportunity you really got to seize.
Well, the the Darth Vader piece that you had in your portfolio, I came back and bought it Sunday because I thought somebody's going to see this piece Saturday night, and that's going to get bought before I get back to your table. But I was glad to see it was still in there. But it's just your art's very whimsical.
I don't want to.
There we go.
We had it later, so I was like, oh, I might as well jump to
But I had seen this in there on Saturday whenever we first stopped and talked to you, and you have a print of the color print of this one.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I really like that. It was kind of sticking in my head all day and that night. And then after the auction, I thought, oh crud, I'm not going to make it back there in time to get that. It's going to be gone. But yeah, it's just typical with, like you said, one of the things that attracted you to Scotty's art. Just the whimsical nature of your art, it puts a smile on my face when I see it.
Yeah,
And I'm attracted to artists that are like that really draw you in with something that's fun and that you're going to end up leaving smiling.
I've always
yeah.
I don't know if it's more of a coping mechanism or what, but humor has always been my go-to, in just about any situation. So I try to, portray that in my art as much as I can.
Yeah,
a lot like Scott. I think that's what drew me to Scotty.
Yeah, I mean I think it's more and more people are, I feel like it's becoming more popularized in comics currently because it's like I Eat Fairyland is still going strong. Dork is doing incredibly well. Like because again, as much as I love, like you were saying, like 90s and stuff. Same with like modern day superheroes and that kind of stuff. I really enjoy. I just love a good silly comic book, especially with one with like fun art. I mean, Lobo again is another great example. Again, it's just I don't know. There's just, like you said, something fun and loose and carefree about it. So, your artwork definitely reflects that. And it's super fun to look at. So, like your Dino in the Future Kid series.
Yeah.
I see Dustin's. I don't know if Dustin. I was just going to go to the next slide.
Yeah, go on. I was typing for people to comment. We've got quite a few viewers, but nobody's got. So I just wanted to let them know because I want Josh to have a lot of people enter for this color sketch card that we're giving away.
Oh, online, gotcha. Yeah, we've only got 4 currently, so yeah, we need
more
some more thumbs.
So. I like doing the sketch cards too. I just started doing those right before Heroes.
Oh, really?
I was like, what's something else I can have at my table? Some more like original art with a lower price point. So I just took my 9x12 Bristol and just cut it up into trading card size. And they're fun.
The one you showed us before the show started, that looked like, I thought, oh, okay, I'm excited to see the rest of it now because that.
I mean, you held up the Millennium Falcon one, and I was just like, "Yep, give it to me. Yeah. I'll take it."
Oh yeah, my rare vehicle. I did.
Yeah, your vehicle. Yeah.
Do a pod racer based off that Millennium Falcon. They asked me if that was still available. I'm like, sorry. Like, could you do a pod race? I'm like, yeah, sure.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, I was flipping. I remember flipping through the sketch cards, and I saw that when I put it up to Tyler, and he like grabbed it out of my hand.
So is it like I knew he was going to want that Falcon, and you buy it, Tyler?
Yeah, he loves that.
It's definitely like an immediate, like my temptation level immediately rises. Yeah, it's just it's one where it's like I know everybody loves the ship, but it's just such a ship. It's just such a fun design. It's just such a great ship. So
just sticking that cockpit off the side, like just. Such a simple design choice.
The asymmetrical, like so it's iconic, just and like the mandibles and like the story they gave for it. Like it's just such a like the fact that it's a hunk of junk and it's just like one where you're like looking, you're like, that's what you're flying, and it's like, no, like trust me, if you knew the lore and the history, like you wouldn't be doubting the ship. So yeah.
But I've got beef with you, Josh. I've got some beef with you.
Oh no!
After refreshing myself on this because. I believe I had read issue 1. I had not finished issue 2 yet, but I read it this week. No. You left me on a cliffhanger. I was sitting there. I was going, and then I remembered the conversation. And we'll talk a little bit about this in a second. But I thought I can't wait another year to find out what happens to them. I will say before we get into these comics I bought. These comics from Josh this year at Heroes. Tyler bought these comics.
Yep.
This is Josh's creator-owned series, and these do not feel. I mean, these feel like the quality of the material. What you printed these on is really high level. Like
it is. They don't seem like just printed. They're not amateurishly printed. Like it feels like this is an official kind of
pick it up off a spinner rack. That's what it had the feel of. Like
I wanted it to feel like something that. If you went to your comic shop and saw it on the shelves, it wouldn't look out of place,
Yeah. And I will say, Boots, to make Josh feel better, I have a hard time reading comics. It takes me forever to read anything. Tyler knows I'm notorious about that, but
Yeah.
But
I have so many with bookmarks in them right now.
That's my
I've got
problem.
3 short boxes next to me of stuff that I still have yet to read. It's just it gets worse.
Not enough time.
So where did this idea come from, Josh? Because this is you, and then tell us a little bit about how you did number 1, and then the story you told us about doing number 2.
Yeah, definitely. So the first 5 pages of the first issue, you were able to read for free on my website until recently. I think I just took it down when I redid it. I could put it back up there. But I put that up for free because going back when I started this idea, I wanted to maybe do children's books, some sort of sequential art. And then I realized I couldn't really draw everything I wanted to be able to draw. So I'm like, well, if I draw a comic, I'm going to have to draw how many panels and how many pages. So that will force me to draw things that I don't know how to draw. So that's why the first 5 pages look as bad as they do.
They don't. He's modest.
I showed those 5 pages to some other comic creators, and like, well, you completely botched the introduction of your dino character. But there you go. Yeah, there's some pages.
We got some for preview.
And this is from issue 1. You sent us some pages from issue 2.
Okay, yeah, I sent the page. Yeah, so I learned a lot in just those 5 pages, So then when I went to expand it to create the full 24 pages, I'd be even better at it. And then, keep going on that and keep having to draw more things, more scenes, more characters, and then also trying to stretch those writing muscles. So the first 5 pages is literally a kid and his dinosaur hear an ice cream truck, basically is all it is. Like a kid hears an ice cream truck and wants ice cream so bad that he forgets he has a dinosaur that he wants.
Yeah, dinosaur. Yeah.
So like I'd written like this long, like graphic novel size thing first. I'm like, this I can't draw this at all. Like I mentioned that panel I went to with Scotty and Jonathan Hickman. Yeah. And Hickman gave me some great advice to an early artist. Is I told him I was trying to write and draw eventually, and how do you pick what you want your story to be? And he's like, well, if you're an artist too, make sure your story is something you can draw and make sure you can crush it. So I started small and slowly expand. I still, that's why you don't see a lot of vehicles. There's not a lot of cars in my comic. Yeah. I'm not drawing some race car thing.
Even the family vehicle that they drove to school, I noticed was kind of a different, like a science.
Yeah, like let's make this wonky because I'm not going to draw something that any car enthusiast is going to be proud of. So like Scotty always says, like his buildings look like melted butter. If you allow yourself a little bit of wonkiness, it can kind of forgive some things. But even this like bedroom here, that middle panel took me probably as long as all these commissions you guys had me do, because because drawing a character that's fun and easy, and when you start drawing, that's what you want to draw, right? That's what kind of got me into my love for cartoons and comic characters. But then drawing a bed with side tables and dressers or bookshelves and trying to figure out where those things are. Oh, thank you, Zach. Trying to figure out where those things are and make sure they stay in the same place. Like I had to redraw this room because I accidentally put the light on the wrong bookshelf and the wrong nightstand and I had the door open multiple different ways. There was no
the continuity.
Go back and redraw some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like I said, I started doing it to teach me how to do it. So it's kind of like the chicken before the egg, but it's worked for me. Everybody's path is what it is. Nobody's path is going to be the same.
And
Some
this skips
people would
over
do
to
it
issue
much
2 right
smarter
here.
than me and not dive right into 5 pages of full color. Some people might start with something a little more basic, but being as big of a fan of Scotty's books and JFB, as colorists, I'm like, how can I make this as close to that with a fraction of the time and talent? So this is my best effort. That I feel like each page, each issue, I get a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficient, but it still takes so long that it's like kind of like remembering how to do it all over again. But yeah, like I said, each time you kind of figure it out a little bit more.
I think it's a great way to get into it too, because it's the biggest thing. You'll hear people. I think it was Chris Campano just posted again where it's like, if you want to be in comics, then make comics. And I think that's a difficult thing. Like you said, some people will practice and wait till they're quote unquote good enough and get to that point. But you did it where, like you said, you just kind of dived in order to learn. And I think honestly, and it's not to say, like you said, it works for everybody, but your path, is your own. And I think it's, it's working out great because it's, like you said, you're seeing the progress, and that's kind of part of it, that each panel, each page, each issue, you'll get better. So, and it is, I mean, it's, the artwork is, only keeps getting better. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, I've had a lot of feedback on my second issue that it's much more polished than the first. I'm like, perfect. I hope you said that about the third compared to the second.
Well, the storytelling too. I noticed, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but going from issue 1 to issue 2. Issue 1 does have the setup, but you jump right into it. The setup is like, all right, it's a boy and his dinosaur, deal with it, and then now you build in why the boy has a dinosaur and the mystery, the mythos behind the family. But the issue 2 was, when I was reading it, that's why I started to say it sucked me into like the end. And then it ended, and I was like, "I've got to talk to Josh about this." This is not, So.
I appreciate it. Well, I did. I took the graphic novel pro course, with Sean Crystal and Jake Parker, and that was amazing. Like, it was a 10-week course with Sean and Jake right there to answer questions. We did like something like this every week where we could show off what we'd worked on, get feedback, a great community of other independent comic artists that some of them, it was their first show at Heroes this year too, which is awesome.
That's really cool.
So it's really cool and Jake, I can't give enough praise to Jake Parker. He started a Patreon years and years ago. When I first started drawing, he offered these Zoom hangouts. And it was during the pandemic, and I feel like it was me and 1 or 2 other people. So every week I'd be just like, he probably stopped the Zoom hangouts because he was sick of answering my questions. But every week I'd be like, look at this drawing, Jake. What can I do to fix? How do I do this? What would you do here? But I really tried to take advantage of the teaching he could offer. So then when him and Sean announced they were doing that, and I felt like, okay, I've got issue 1 done. I can show them issue 1. They gave me good feedback on issue 1, good feedback how I can improve issue 2. They felt like the backgrounds were a little bare. The storytelling could have been a little buffed up. So I really tried to, drive that home with this issue. Got much more comfortable with backgrounds. Like the first issue, like there was huge areas of blank because a lot of the first issue I wrote before I had full script. So then I would fit word balloons in. Some places they couldn't fit. Some places I left way too much space, and I'm like, this looks weird. But it's all a learning process. I know that the 17 people that will read issue 1 will be forgiving. And then hopefully more readers will actually knowing what I'm doing,
No, I think that's a great point because issue 1, it's kind of like you're getting into it because you're doing the writing, you're doing the drawing, the coloring, the lettering,
the editing. I mean, it's a one-man show.
the promoting, then the selling. So by the time you get to issue 2, I could see leaps and bounds from issue 1. And not saying not to downplay issue 1 at all, because issue 1, like me and Tyler have said, was a professionally built book. But issue 2, you could tell you were more of a seasoned artist at that point. And like I said, issue 3 is probably going to be even better than issue 2.
Well, that's the thing is, that's what's so exciting is, that even though, you can tell that there's growth from your first issue, like I'm excited enough with it that it's like, man, if it only gets better from here, then it's like, well, then that's it's got, sky's the limit, or like, it only goes uphill, because it's such a fun comic in the art style and the writing and everything. So again, the fact that we'll get, more in the series and everything only makes me more excited. Like that's what I'm saying, not just the cliffhanger, but just, watching you continue to grow. So, and I mean, it's the same with, any artist and writer. I mean, like, hearing Scotty talk about his first writings and art and stuff, and then, how it evolves and changes. So
yeah, you hope that the first one is the stinker, right? You hope that it's not just a whole downhill from there, that you peaked way too early.
Yeah.
And I started so late in life that I try so hard to get better with every single drawing.
That's a good.
You don't take it for granted.
Yeah. I try not to just doodle away just to doodle. Like really try to focus on how can I improve this. Still, I do studies of Brett all the time. Derek, I was a fan of way before he did I Hate Fairyland. So like, he was an early influence on my work too. So it's just you just keep grinding, keep drawing, and I just still enjoy it so much. Like it's still the number one thing I want to do when I have free time is to draw.
Well, that's awesome. And
then that's the best way to approach it. So
you look at issue 1, issue 2 here. I mean, this, like I could see watching this as a cartoon. This is such a you did such a good job on these first issues here. So and one of the things that's going to compliment you on that I almost forgot for a second, but is you're not rushing the story either. You're not like trying to get a full story in 20 pages. You're fleshing it out. And I like that. I like that we're not jumping way ahead in the story just for the sake of, you're doing one a year. You're actually taking your time on the story. So this is going to be, there's a build up to it. That's really good.
And it's hard to know if that's going to pay off or if it's like when it's all said and done, if I've spent all this time with a story that like, oh, all right. It's probably like any story, most people aren't like, man, this is up on my wall of all-time greats, but I wanted something that go ahead.
I was gonna say, who knows though?
You never know. Hopefully I can land the plane, stick the landing, but I've got the outline planned for 6 issues. I feel like I'd like to be able to do it quicker than 1 a year, but just knowing all my other life responsibilities and I want to try and do a few other like one-shot stories in between to just try and flex and stretch those storytelling muscles, try and like play around in other styles, maybe not colored so, time consuming. Like it takes so long to color these pages, man. But I enjoy the way it looks. I'm really proud of the outcome, and I'm excited to, once I have those 6 to collect it in a trade or something. If there's any demand, maybe do a Kickstarter eventually. Right now, I'm just, I get them on Comics Wellspring, which they just went kaput like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sure what the next printer will be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's right now. It's just kind of seeing where it goes. I enjoy the story. I feel like it's not like a breaking the mold by any means. It's not. It's a pretty tried and true story, but I feel like it hits a lot of the notes that type of stories that I care about and like, and yeah, just a wholesome family. it'll ultimately be like, what will we do for our loved ones type of story.
Yeah. And it really read like a dad that loves his kids, and knowing that you
Good,
have your small loved ones too. As I was reading that, I was picturing you as the dad, kind of saying that same stuff to your kids that you had there. But
a lot of the reason I started like this story in particular is like I have 2 young kids. They're 6 and 3 now. I wanted to be able to read it with them, not have some gory book that I like, oh yeah, I can't show you what I work on every day, you know. So it's not like I want to be always an all ages artist, you know. I'll show you some of these commissions, and you know, some of them have more towards the dork and I hate fairyland type of of art, but right now this is the story I want to tell.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a fitting. I mean, Hans Zimmer did the same when he took on Lion King, because it was for that exact reason. He wanted to be able to show his kids something that he worked on, because all the previous movies had been, more adult and mature. And so he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do Lion King. And then that way I can show my kids and show them the music and stuff. So it's a great reason to do it. And like you said, it's not like you're tying yourself down. You can, it's just like you said, what's fitting, now kind of a deal. And it just goes to show, you can do, Scotty again is a perfect example of somebody who does that, who doesn't worry about like confining. It's just like, hey, I'm going to do this now because I want to do it, and then I'll try this, later. I think that's a great way to do it. So
read Twig and then read Ain't No Grave. Completely different.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right.
But I will say, you said this is a tried and true story. I did like the McFly High School call out. That was
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
If you notice, but he has a Back to the Future poster in his bedroom as well.
I did not. And
I
love calls out.
And
Jurassic
Park. That one with you can barely tell.
That middle panel, I can see the Jurassic Park, and
that's
and
cool.
then Michael Jordan as well, because I'm a big
I love that stuff. Call. I was going back to some of Brett's stuff and like comments, like, dude, you quoted like Demolition Man or something, whatever, and I was like, that's so awesome. I love that. That's the stuff I love. So I just throw it in. So
it's the stuff that inspired us, and it's the reason we make things. It's because the cool stories you loved as a kid.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So highly recommend. If you have not, Zach had said he had went and ordered issues 1 and 2. So go to Josh's website, and Josh,
you can do the QR code right there. You can even do the I posted the link earlier.
There you go. That's
you can get both issues for $15 too, so that save a lot of money.
Yeah, and I commented there, you could get them both either physically or digitally, which I like, having that option of choosing which way. So
when I was doing that graphic novel pro course, there was a lot of artists from overseas, and I had my first issue, and they had no way of really getting it. So
I
was like, why don't I have a digital option?
That's a good call.
Yeah.
No, it's good to have
because
that.
I'm not really set up to ship like outside the United States yet. Maybe someday, but I don't even think Scotty does, right? Like
they've stopped theirs. Yeah, it's difficult right now currently. So
so I like to have those digital options so everybody can have a chance to read it, however they like to.
Yeah. It's you go and to your average comic book shop and see what the prices of, or some of the comics that are coming out retail prices. This is right in line with them. So, and you're getting to support a good buddy. So that's the best part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
So welcome, Jerry. Glad to have you on. Very, very good to see you. I know you was running late, I think last week too, but like you said, better late than never.
Better late than never. Yeah.
So
that's a good idea. Yeah. Permanent links in the YouTube description that are clickable after live. Yeah, we'll have to do that. We'll have to add those to it. So
thanks, Britton. It's like I'll never remember that. Tyler, I hope you
I'll remember that. Yeah. I'm all about the links and making it as
I
easy
know
as
he's
possible,
the link guy. So I'm sorry. I need to get better about remembering that kind of stuff. But I'm a big picture guy. So but this you educated us a little bit. I had never heard of Baltimore Comic Con's yearbook that they're
doing. I hadn't either until I went there last year, and I saw them for sale, at their little where they sell their shirts and stuff. And then table to the right of me and the table to the left of me, people kept coming to their table like, oh, well, you signed my yearbook. And so I finally asked the artist to my right, I'm like, what's the yearbook thing? And so he told me like so every year they kind of honor an established artist. Like, last year it was Jeff Smith and Bone. They pick an artist and their iconic work and invite all, I don't know if it's all returning artists or what, because I didn't get an invite last year, but then this year they sent me an email like we'd invite you to send in a piece for this, and it's kind of like the Heroes Con auction. You don't know if you're going to make the book, and they ask, you don't have to, but you can offer the original art as an auction for them to fundraise as well. So I did the inks for mine traditionally and then digitally colored it. And they tell you to so this year was Eric Larson and Savage Dragon. And they tell you to include your own original characters as well. Cool.
Which is such a great idea. I love that as a way to pay homage to them, but also get yourself in there too. So
so it helps promote yourself. There's like a checklist with the yearbook, and depending how many signatures you get, they have like freebies they offer. So like if you get 10, I have no idea. Don't quote me on this for Baltimore Comic Con. But if it's like 10 signatures, you get a sticker, or 10, you might get a print, or 20 or whatever. So they kind of motivate you to go around to all the different artists. And there's big name art. I'm pretty sure I saw Ryan Otley post his Savage Dragon in for it. So there's very established artists, indie artists, I think a mix of both.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's cool opportunity. Again, like I said, if you, as a young artist or artist not yet established, if you have an opportunity, you take it. It's stickers. Work out there in front of people. You never know what might come of it. And I mean, who doesn't like to draw Savage Dragon?
I'm sure too. Like you said, it's just fun to be able to all right, that sounds like a fun idea.
Like a cross up with my characters, that's awesome.
Yeah, and Jerry had mentioned stickers. We wanted to make sure if you go to Josh's store, his shop, he does have stickers available there as well. So so go and check those out. Make sure and check those out. But this piece, I saw this and I thought, do you know if you've made the book yet, or will you not know until you?
I don't know. I don't know what the process of that is. Maybe they've already let everyone know, and I haven't made the cut. But yeah, I'm not sure. I hope it makes it.
Well, this is a fun piece, irregardless. Yeah, this was great, and the fact that they do that, and we keep hearing that's a recurring theme on the show of how great Baltimore Comic Con is. It makes me want to go there. You said you really enjoyed it last year.
I think you guys would have a great time. It's a lot like Heroes in that it's a lot of art. It's not too heavy on the cosplay type events. It's just a lot of artists, indie artists, established. I mean, they have probably as good of a list as Heroes does. They get a lot.
That's what I've heard.
Big names, So it's a cool event. Last year, it was only my second convention ever doing, so I felt very chained to my table. I can't leave. Somebody might buy something. But this year, I think I'll wander around more and enjoy the convention more, because last year I went to maybe 3 other tables of just indie artists I knew that were there, and other than that, I'm I gotta get back. But now I'm it's not the biggest thing in the world if somebody misses your table. If they really want your art, they'll make a way back. I try and motivate people to come back by putting a little sign that says I've been sucked into a time portal, so it kind of fits in with my comic. I have a little card that they can take, and if they bring that back to me, I have a freebie, this Deadpool drawing that nobody's ever seen it. The only way you get this drawing is if you come to my table, I'm not there, and then come back.
That's awesome.
That's
That's such
a good
a
idea.
smart idea to like,
Yes.
entice somebody. I mean, it's like how we do like the giveaways. You know, we know people like giveaways and freebies and stuff. So that's a smart way to like get somebody to come back. So
Yep.
Conventions as an artist is a lot like fishing. You know,
It really.
you keep casting out that reel, and you hope that the bait catches something eventually. And, you know, usually it does. A little bit.
Well, for this year's Baltimore, are you going to be able to take the family up there with you, or is this during school?
I doubt it. Like they came to Heroes. Tyler got a good dose of them.
I remember
the hotel lobby.
It was an absolute pleasure and blast. Your kids were just
they're full tilt.
Bundles of sugar.
Yeah, they were like, we've been in the car 2.5 hours. We're ready to get out, run around. We don't care who's around.
Tyler was full of glee when he was telling me about meeting them. Like he was.
I love it. I'm like, I was just
Yeah.
they're all in my face, and I'm like, that's totally fine with me. I was like,
they were about this far away.
They're just like, hey, and like seeing them later, they're like, watch me do this, and I'm like, that's amazing. You know, that's
The amount of times I hear "watch me do this" in a day, and have to remind them about personal space in public. You know, that's a parent's job, right? Never.
That's right. That's right. Well,
but no, they won't be going to Baltimore. I don't think. I haven't really asked my wife about it, but they just came to Heroes for like the setup, and because Heroes really was my like white whale as an artist. Like it was the thing that was like my goal, right? Is to someday be an artist alley, and even more so be an indie island, which I couldn't even believe they put me there this year. Like I did not feel like I paid my dues to be there this year. I don't know if just, I tried to network. I try to be kind, try to, really put myself out there, and just, I love the show, and, maybe that reached the right ears, but thank you, Carla, and all the people that make that decision. It was literally a dream come true. Like some people might put a lot of fluff in it, but like when I scrolled down and saw I next to my name and said AA, it was like I was doing a dance in my studio with nobody else to watch. Like so pumped.
That's amazing. That's so awesome. Yeah.
I
didn't even think about that.
Like you belong.
Indie versus the.
He looked like he belonged there, because I didn't realize this was your first year until tonight. Like,
same. I mean, I thought you tabled a few years at least. At Heroes, not just the cons, but other. I mean, you had your comics. Your layout and everything was like you knew the drill. So I mean, for a first go of things, you did incredibly well. So
like I said, last year was like I was networking, I was taking notes, I was like, can I take a picture of your table set up? Where'd you get this stand? Things like that. All the little questions that once you're actually preparing for a convention, you're like, wait, where do they get their banners from? Where do they
I've wondered that myself.
So you ask fellow artists, and they're always awesome. Like nobody's ever like, I'm not telling you, this is my trade secret. Everybody's awesome. Like nobody's trying to get a leg up on anybody. Like
the more artists we interview too, we see that. I mean, it seems like everybody's just so supportive. Like it's like we can do whatever we can, or rising tide. This whole hobby, they know the more people you get to the shows, it's just going to benefit everybody there. So if you help everybody out,
because they've all been in that position when where it's their first convention, or they wanting to be at the convention, and it's everybody remembers those days of like, man, I remember nobody wanting to come to my table, and then now you could be Scotty's level, have a line wrapped around. So it's
for sure,
humbling.
So 10 years from now, when Skiff is working your table,
Skiff's like, what?
When he's hosting my Whatnot show for 3 hours.
There we go.
Speaking of conventions, you can't go to a convention without doing some commissions. So we wanted to set up tonight and try to give everybody an opportunity that may have not been at Heroes to get Josh's commission. And he was very, very gracious. Opened it up wide open, gave 4 different options for people to choose from: a $10 black and white sketch card, a $20 color sketch card, a half figure, and then a full figure. And there's quite a few people wanting them. And he's got them all, but you said 2 completed. Is that correct?
I've got 2 left that I've still got to finish up. So my son's birthday was last weekend, and we had a lot of family in town. So it was a little harder to find time to escape away up here and get some drawings done.
Completely understandable.
Yeah, we didn't expect you to have them all done tonight.
Yeah,
so.
I would hope you would have worked on the birthday. Yeah,
no, I wanted to show them all off, and they were a great list. Like some fun characters that I'd never drawn before, some characters I'd never heard of before. So
this is before we get into those, we wanted to. This is some of the Gert sketch that you wanted to highlight.
Yeah, this is a fun little story and.
Go on. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to hear it myself.
Okay, so I see a lot of artists do this where they'll kind of redo a drawing they did years ago. Yeah. So I think I did that Gert drawing on the left. I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago. It probably says down there 2022. 20.
My glasses.
I know, yeah.
But whatever, that's not relevant.
Okay, I was trying, Josh.
But so I wanted to try and recreate the drawing as similar as I could. Like I didn't want to just redraw Gert anyway. I wanted to try and do a similar pose, but not like she is like literally like a stick in that first drawing. It always bothered me. Like there is no line of action at all, just no movement, no anything. So it was like a challenge, and I did the first one all digitally. So the second one was like a challenge. I posed to myself like, okay, you got to do this one traditional. I do the pencils digitally, and then I print it out. But do it all traditional and see how much you've improved.
Yeah.
And like one thing that, like I said, the very pencil up and down pose. Then like I felt like, oh, thanks, Zach. All the skulls of the left one are just like pretty much looking straight at you. Like,
oh yeah,
I didn't know how to turn a form. Very good. Yeah. So I hope I improved on that a little bit.
No, you definitely did. Yeah.
And just the line of action and trying to have it colored traditionally and still have it look good. Yeah. So I just thought that might be. I know everybody here's a I Hate Fairyland fan, so this is just a kind of a check-in piece I did with myself to see where I've been and where I've
That's
improved.
fun. I'm glad you shared those. It was 2022. I went and zoomed in on the picture on the one you said.
Okay, for 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, so that's quite the difference too, and you can see how much you've learned.
Yeah,
just and a lot of this, it's hard to believe that you've picked it up as quickly as you have, but it had to have always been in you. In some form or fashion to get to the point you are.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I think I have like undiagnosed OCD to where like if I like really get into something, I really get into it, and like and like I said, this is still the number one thing I want to keep doing. So it's that scratch that I didn't know I had to hitch.
I mean, that's the answer. And it's because there's no at the end of the day, there's no built-in oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the word.
Motivation.
Well, like what talent, like that. There's no such thing as like being born with the talent to draw. It's just mainly, what separates professionals from non-professionals is just the fact that we were just passionate enough to continue pursuing art. Because we all draw as a kid. Whether it was crayons or whatever kind of stuff. So clearly your passion shows because, like you said, you're loving the craft and you're hungry to learn and grow and again I think that's the big key too is like you're seeing every opportunity to do something to continue to grow, like doing this like you said traditionally versus digitally, just to have it another thing to see if you can tackle it. So
thanks.
Though I will say you did nail the absolute Batman axe before we even knew what the absolute Batman axe was.
Oh yeah,
like 1-to-1.
Yeah, that's funny.
They saw your drawing, was like, "That's it. That's the axe."
Yeah. That's funny.
But this is the Lobo. This was done at Heroes. I had contacted Josh before the show to get a Lobo, so I was thrilled with the results. The Darth Vader is a pre-done piece that Josh had a print for, and I believe the prints are still for sale on your shop.
Yeah, I actually just put them on my shop when I updated it this week because I'm terrible about updating my website, especially if I don't have a new comic to put on there. So like I finally, after Heroes and we traveled for a little bit, things settled down. I'm like, all right, I can take a little time, update my website, and I realized, I don't even have this on there yet.
Yeah.
So I put that on there and adjusted a few other things.
That's awesome.
No longer wanted on there.
Yeah, so if you're going and buying the issues or buying stickers, you might as well throw some prints in there too.
You might as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
Yeah,
yeah, these are some of the commission. I felt like I was entering a Chris Farley sketch there for a second.
Get real aggressive.
The Hurley boy. These are two of the commissions that Josh had posted on his Instagram, but we're gonna not just see these. These are Philip Quattrone's, our good buddy. Philip, unofficial good buddy, but he's my good buddy from.
He was in here. He was in here earlier. He got his "This Thumb Is For You" in
awesome.
there. So.
Glad to see it. But these are his two pieces. But we're fixing to blow Josh up, and let's give him the. I'll let Tyler do that so we can make sure.
I always do the. There we go.
That's all right.
Got it in 2 goes.
So I can start. Yeah, I got the Harley up close here.
I'm gonna blow my screen up too.
I feel like I had to draw with the hyenas. Like I always liked that idea that she has hyenas as pets.
Yeah, such an outrageous pet to have.
And the laughing hyenas. Yeah, and then the Ivy piece. This piece came together really quickly. For some reason, there's one that just as I was drawing, I really like it. I really like the way it turned out.
I love the plants. It's just such a fun. I like the roses. I don't know. Again, like you said, the more positive, fun vibes. For flowers. So
so that one's cool.
I'm gonna pull up the list so I can see. There's Phil.
I'll switch to some sketch cards now. Get those.
That's Harley and hyenas.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the list.
I'm not a Pokemon guy, so when you wrote All Might from My Hero Academia. And then Togepi, I'm like, I knew who All Might was. Who is Togepi? But here's your Togepi.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Yeah, if I could Togepi, it's one of my favorite,
Togepi.
No, it's such a silly, it's like an egg Pokemon. Yeah, it's
great.
Yeah, such a cutie. So that's so fun.
Yeah, that's a hilarious character.
If Philip says he loved the way both turned out too, the Harley and the Ivy, that was Philip. So he said he loved the way both turned out.
Good, Philip. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
My kids.
That's good. That is good.
Are just starting to watch Pokemon, so I'll have to watch out for Togepi.
Togepi, yep, Togepi.
Okay.
It's in there with Misty, so it's in there, quite a bit in the show. So.
That's
at least I guess in the original, I should say.
Yeah, we're still like early episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then we got
awesome.
There's another character I was not familiar with.
That is so good.
Dog. I was not familiar with Doctor Strange's ghost dog.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Doctor Strange's.
Yeah. Bats. Doctor Strange's dog in ghost form. And this is Mark Hernandez's piece.
That's so cute. I love
Mark
that.
Enjoys that one.
That is great.
I love the you really nailed it. Like ghost. I was like immediately knew it was a ghost dog. So that's
astral.
Yeah, I had to play around a little bit with that and really look up on my I'm glad I have Marvel Unlimited so I can look at all the appearances of Bats, the ghost dog.
That's a good. I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah. Did you you could just search him then and find?
Yeah, you can just write the character. I just wrote Bats, and I'm like, I hope this brings something up. And it did. Yeah.
That's great.
Then we got Swedish Chef.
Oh, that's so good.
So it's mirrored here, but we've been watching. I don't know if you guys watch The Bear at all.
Yes.
And just every chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Oh, that's I didn't even know. I didn't even catch that either. Yeah, I was just so enamored with his character.
The mustache is great. That is Melissa Kralix.
Yes, I've got a couple of hers.
So she had 2 other sketch cards too. That
also have.
That's her Spider Punk as well.
Yeah, look at that.
So good.
This one's cool. Like a lot of these, I'll sketch with my kids. Like I'll just have a marker and lined paper and just be doodling, and that's how a lot of these sketch cards came out. And I drew this with his high collar, and
I like that. It's like it reminds me of a
it's
character from the anime Jujutsu Kaisen. So
cool.
that's super cool. I mean, I was gonna ask, like, did you enjoy? Because you were saying that these are new for you, the sketch cards. Did you enjoy the sketch card size? Is that something you'll
I do
kind of do more of?
I feel like it's hard for so I'll show this one. This one,
yeah.
I wanted to fit a little more of his body in. Like a lot of them, I do more like just a bust.
Yeah.
It's like this one I had to draw so many times to fit it right on there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at drawing like super small. I'm realizing I think I need glasses too. So like I'm bugging my eyes out trying to see some of these. But like I do enjoy they're pretty low pressure. Like it's usually just a head and shoulders. You can play around with little proportions and stuff.
I feel like your style, fits so well with that. Like, I mean, that's what I love about sketch cards because they're just so, again, in the idea, sketchy, fun, loose. Like, it's not, not looking for a finished piece. I'm just looking for a fun little, snippet of the character. So,
yeah. I feel like I can, as long as it's identifiable as the character, I can play around with it a little bit, But then the big commissions I can have a little more fun with.
Oh my gosh.
Speedball.
You can guess who Speedball's piece that is. Mike Becker. Mike Becker.
Yeah, I have literally this isn't Becker's.
I was not familiar, and then I did
the
Marvel Unlimited search. I'm like, oh, Scotty drew this guy so many times. So he was a fun one to play around with the balls. And
I was gonna say you did such a great way. I love the way you did that with the ball effects, like being in front, like you nailed. It's such a
I started inking this one, and I knew I wanted to ink like in here in orange, and I accidentally forgot over here. But luckily I just started, so I just scrapped it and started over. And then I inked all the orange first because my brain is so used to inking in black. If I do the orange first, I won't accidentally. Did I say
fill up?
Yes. The family show.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the way you're drawing these characters, I would think that they're digitally. I mean, you're just nailing the colors. Are you using Copic sketch markers or something?
Yeah, exactly. And then colored pens, colored pencils.
That's awesome.
I watch a lot of Daniel Warren Johnson his Friday nights, and he will grab anything out of the drawer and just start going. I'm not like that, free with it.
A little bit more.
I try to just whatever tool gets the job done,
Yeah.
So then I know it's a family show, but we all watch. We all read.
We'll get Dustin's Blur.
I hate Fairyland. Is this okay? Is that all right?
Oh man. No, that's totally Okay. Oh man, look at that. That's insane. The Nomu. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. I usually don't get crazy violence.
Yeah, that is.
I rewatched that Nomu episode while I was drawing this, and it started a lot more tame.
Yeah.
And as I was watching, I'm like, nah, he's just gotta be destroying.
You just gotta just go for it. That's so cool. Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean it. But Zach's comment, I think, speaking for a lot of people. I knew watching the show would make me regret not getting a commission. I'm sure this won't be the last time we do this with Josh. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm already like, man, I need to get more. I've just seen my 2 already, and I'm like, I need another one.
I've not seen a whole lot of All Might art, and then Derek Loftman showed the one that he did for Tyler, and it was very bloody, very aggressive.
It's funny,
Josh,
he's
one upped him. He upped him with the bloodiness.
He did it with his blood just dripping down his hands, and like he was fighting somebody. And that's why I was like, man, I wouldn't have thought to go that extreme. So I love it. Yeah, that's twice now. Somebody's like,
that's great,
Josh. Take it to the extreme and.
You took that violence and cranked it up to 11.
Yeah, Goriel. Yeah.
That's great.
All right, well, then we got
Josh. Wow. Miss Megan.
Man, dude, these are
I love
Dang on it.
Ghostbusters.
Super
Huge
fun.
Ghostbuster fan.
Oh,
This is a character
back.
I have drawn before, so it was
Oh,
fun.
Oh,
really?
nice.
Just in my
The pro-
sketchbook, nothing
I'll
like
just see it for yourself
major.
then. Or...
Yeah, just playing around.
Gosh, the proto pack, everything's
You nailed
so
the
great.
likeness, the little.
It was so hard,
yeah.
like looking at this and like all the reference images, and I'm like, all right, I just gotta simplify that so much because
Yeah.
there's way too much going on.
Oh, I love like the cable, like
reads.
the way you use like the negative space to like to
Yeah.
be the lighting, like
Yeah, I
such
couldn't.
a
Yeah,
good
Oh, that's
idea.
good. Yeah. I like the Harold Ramis too, not the cartoon.
Yeah.
That's great.
and I know she said Egon Spengler, PhD. I hope she didn't mean like in his professor.
Oh,
outfit,
and
but-
his outfit. Yeah,
I think
true,
I think she's being
So,
official with
Megan,
his
if you need
titles.
another one, just let me know. I'll give you another. And then last
You're
That's
knocking it out of the park, man. These
Oh,
are
yeah.
incredible, Josh.
Oh,
Oh, that's also that's for Megan as well. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
oh man, choosing his staff. That's so good.
yeah.
That's a fun gag. That
That's
is such a
such
He's
fun
got
gag.
his Ram, the Havoc staff, with a
Yes.
Ram skull. So I'm just like, he's got to pick
Get
out
a
his
few, yeah.
staff.
Look how happy he is. Can you get his expression closer to the?
Let's see how close we can get.
Yeah, that is.
Oh,
good,
you can see
man.
like the rings. You nailed like the rings in the eyes, just like Scotty did on. That's
Yeah,
so
I definitely stole Scotty's technique from his auction piece for that. So
Dadgone it. That is good.
These
That
are
makes
yeah. These are so fun, man.
thank you.
Wow.
They were a lot of fun to work on.
Well, how quickly does it take for you to come up with the gag as you're creating these, or the concept?
So for Scotty's obvious, Megan's, it was
Yeah.
a higher pressure, and it's like
Yeah.
it's hard to know what direction to go. So you play around with a lot of things and see where it works. And I run things by my wife, and she's like, "You got to do that gag. You got to do that one." So some of them come together real quickly. Others take a little bit longer to get the ideation. But I feel like doing convention commissions helps me a lot because if somebody comes to you at a convention, it's like, oh, I need this done, and I'm only going to be here today. It's like, well, I really want to get this sale. I want to do this commission, so I got to learn how to conceptualize an idea quicker, get a pose quicker, color quicker, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
They were all good. The Ivy was, just the Ivy was the first one you posted, and I loved the whole concept that you laid the inks down for that before you posted the fully colored pictures on your Instagram. It was such a great idea what you did with
I've
her.
learned to let the inks dry, even though I use waterproof ink. It can still smear a little if you go into color right away. Like these two, I did today.
Oh wow, these are okay.
Both of these I did today.
Man, these are two crazy ones to knock out today. Like some of the more intricate ones.
Started sketching last night and then printed them off this morning. Inks, colored, all that stuff. So
that's good. So,
repetition. Yeah.
So I will say Kenneth Sebelin, and he had another full figure, and his was these were the couple that you hadn't had a chance to work on. But looking at his choices, Kenneth has been a guest on the show because he won the You Complete Me challenge for the Scotty collection. He had the most complete Scotty collection.
Wow, nice work.
Yeah, he's got quite the collection. So
that's awesome.
But he had left you with a lot of choices. Have you because he had said either Star Wars, Greedo,
I did pick who I'm going to draw.
Okay. Ghibli, Cat Bus, or Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
So which one of those four are you?
Princess Mononoke.
Good choice.
That's my favorite Ghibli movie.
That's fair, yeah.
And I have not drawn her before.
Oh, nice.
So usually, if you give me an option of Star Wars or I'm gonna pick Star Wars, but because Princess Mononoke was the choice for Ghibli, I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be fun.
That'll be a really good. I can't wait to see what you come up with for that one. Yeah.
And then I got the Usagi Yojimbo, right?
Right, Mark
Happy,
Kessler, and that was
happy.
one of the last ones we got in. Was the Happy Usagi Yojimbo,
Yeah.
and he's got a collection of Usagi. If I'm almost 99% sure, so you're going to nail that one as well. I'm excited to see. Please send those to us off air when you get
Oh
done with
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send
Yeah, I'm
them.
disappointed. We needed more people to get. I wanted to see more commissions.
Yeah,
That's all I could have got done, Tyler. I couldn't do any more before the show.
Well, when you
That's
come
fair.
back,
That's completely fair.
when you come back for your obligated 2027 appearance, well, I'm sure you'll have
Oh
more
yeah.
commissions lined up for you. But
Yeah, and just if you do follow me on Instagram, I'll probably open a commission list before Baltimore. Probably like late August. I'll make that announcement.
good deal.
And that won't be just pick up them for Baltimore. That'll be like
I'll send them out too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you
good deal.
need them shipped out, yeah, just
Cool.
let me know.
We'll
And I,
promote it.
as much as I like doing commissions at conventions, like I like being able to draw and talk to people while I draw and come to my table and see, what I do. I'm able to, I feel like, do a little more thought out composition and really size it perfectly on the paper because I do pencil digitally, print it out. Now my convention sketches are awesome. You should get those too. But the home sketches, I'm able to take a little more time on.
Right.
I have the full, I bring all my markers with me and some colored pencils and some Poscas, but I've got the full arsenal.
Everything there.
Yeah.
I think that's like the general consensus is because that's the that's the difficult thing is you get more time at home, but then it's do you take that time at home or do you? And so I'm sure like you said, everybody does it differently, and and certain shows do, like OAX is super big on pre-show commissions. So yeah.
And usually, I mean, if you reach out to me, even if my commissions aren't like explicitly open, I'll work with you. I might not be able to get to it right away. But if it's something that you don't mind waiting a little bit for, just reach out, Instagram, email, whatever.
I will recommend doing that too, because you never can tell. We saw this. You referenced Brett earlier, but we saw something similar happen whenever Door got released. It went from being an open commission list at MegaCon to being shut off almost immediately the next day. So if you see somebody's art that don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heroes. I tried to get in Brett's line. Well, I did for about 10 minutes, and I talked to one of the handlers. I'm like, is he still doing commissions? And they're like, well, he only does 3 a day, and they have to be dork related, and they're already all gone for that. I didn't get their first thing, so they're gone, obviously. So I would have loved to wait in line and talk to him and picked up some of his other stuff besides commissions, but just with having your own table, I can't really wait in like a line for that long. But Brett's definitely a huge influence. I got his How to Draw book a couple of years ago when it came out, and
it's a great book.
I still heavily influenced the All Might drawing. I was looking at how he draws. Like he had this one drawing I saw where he has like a smashed face where the eyes are starting to fly out, kind of. So like this, the way this eyelid is kind of protruding out.
Oh yeah.
It's all Brett. That's all stolen from Brett. Thanks, Brett.
The check is in the mail.
Thank you, Brett. I mean, that's
But
I love that, that inspiration and pulling, like you said, it's taking those things, internalizing them, and
Well, but we reference Brett, but we want to drive home the point that if you see Josh's art here and you like it, don't hesitate to pick up a piece now, because who knows, 2 years from now, you may not, you may pay double.
Oh no. Wow, we've never had that happen to where Dustin literally just exits. Holy cow, that was insane. Normally it's like, something happens connection wise, but while we wait for Dustin to get back, I'll reiterate what he was saying. Like you said, if you're, if you saw these commissions and you were up, there he goes, he's back. If you thought, hey, I want in on these, that was quite the exit you made.
That was scary, Dustin. Don't do that again.
Well, I talked for a good 5 minutes before I realized I was off the air. So.
That was like an immediate, like you were just, I was like, oh, wow. Like, I don't know.
he
was
had enough.
offended. I was offended people weren't
I
jumping on
assume
this
that's what happened at
commission
your
list.
theater. I just assumed the
The
power went out or something.
Yeah, storms. Yeah, our local theater loses power all the time, Josh. That's the
really?
reference we made on here.
Okay.
But
There you go. I was
yeah,
thinking the same thing. So
yeah, don't miss out. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous.
Thank you,
YouTube
fellas.
had enough. There's like you're pushing Josh a little too hard. No, let's ease up there a little bit. So no, don't
I
hesitate.
love the opportunity to draw these characters for people. Like it's still honestly surreal to me that anybody could look at my work and be like, I will hand you money for you to draw something. I'm like, okay, yeah,
So,
let's do that.
that's it's quite the compliment, but it's
Absolutely,
well deserved. It's well
yeah,
deserved, though.
100%. Yeah.
Well, before we get into the draw, I think the plugs and the giveaways here. And real quick, if you have not
Yeah.
entered, all the people that are out there watching, make sure and put hashtag this thumb is for you for a chance to win. Because Josh has the 2 full figures left to do, plus he's got the color sketch card
Keep me
winner's
busy.
choice from tonight. So make sure and get entered. But you had referenced future, and this we're just going to tap on this real quickly because I don't know how developed you have it, but you had mentioned a future project.
Yeah, not very. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you could just as much as you want to talk about it. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want
like it's a very in its infancy. I'm just starting to thumbnail pages, but like anybody that goes to Heroes Con, you leave very inspired, right? And I happen to be tabled next to Jeremy Heiler. If you are not familiar with his work, like get on his radar because he, like Daniel Warren Johnson, was coming to his table. Like he's an amazing artist, putting out amazing stories. And he had like 9 books at his table. And so I was, picking his brain. And a lot of them he conceptualizes, creates, and does them pretty quickly, which, like I said, the stretching those muscles and, getting that repetition, like somebody else commented. So I challenged myself. I knew I had a trip coming right after Heroes Con. I was flying out to California with my family to visit more family. And I wanted to challenge myself to write something on the plane and then start thumbnailing and drawing it and have it ready for Baltimore in just a couple months. So that's still my plan. I'm putting it out there in the universe to hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
It will not be colored the way that Dino and Future Kid is colored. It's going to be more simple. It's going to be more kind of like a quiet, almost like a poetry story, similar themes as Dino and Future Kid, but just kind of more told in I don't know. It's still hard for me to give that elevator pitch clearly.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Castle of the Clouds. So it's about just a couple kids, they go up in a rocket and find a castle theme park. Like we're big Disney fans. We were going to Disneyland with our family for the trip. So it's like this theme park that gives the kids everything they could ever want. But in the beginning, you see them leave their family to get there. So like I said, similar themes as Dino and Future Kid, but trying to see if I can hit them quicker, hit those emotional punches in the same way, but in a 24-page story.
Yeah.
So kind of like another challenge to myself.
I was going to say good challenge. Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes. It could be the best thing I ever make. It could be the worst thing I ever make. That's kind of the thrill of it,
Yeah. You won't know until you try, though. That's the
so I wish I had like a concept cover art or a logo or anything to show you. But future projects is as good of a pitch as anything. So if you will be at Baltimore and I don't have it, ask me what I was doing. Come on.
And speaking of Baltimore, you said that. I wanted to segue into this. So September 25th and 27th, make sure and stop by if you're in Baltimore Comic-Con and check out Josh's booth. And like he said, he's going to be opening up the commission list prior to the show going live. So get on the list. Even if you're not showing up there, get something. He can ship it out to you.
Yep.
You will not regret it.
Yeah.
And then I love the name of this con. This was the Big Lick Comic Con. This was a great name from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, a traveling convention that they denied me to one of them in Virginia, but then they accepted me to Greensboro, which works out because it's a lot closer to home. I can probably just commute there from my house. I not have to get a hotel. So
That's nice.
Yeah, that'll be a cool
better.
one. The small shows are, interesting. I'm still new to this and experimenting. I know I'll do Baltimore and Heroes every year, and I'll kind of try a couple of these small shows. And, if they're local like this one, maybe they'll stick around. But yeah, I'll see how much I can do. It's a lot to bring all your books and all your setup and commit to a weekend. I didn't realize this was the weekend right after Baltimore when I signed up for both of them.
Oh
wow!
Because
Baltimore was later in October last year, so they're like a month earlier this year. I just flaked. So yeah, I'll have a quick turnaround and then have a break probably till Heroes, unless I sign up for something else in the springtime.
Well, everything will be boxed up and ready to go, so you'll just be able to go from one to the next.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I won't even take it out of the car.
Yeah.
There you go.
So either of these cons, go by, make sure and say hi to Josh, even if you don't buy anything, and we're highly pressuring you to do that. But make sure and stop by and say hi to Josh, because he's a nice guy, as great of an artist as he is. He's an even nicer guy. So we want to support that.
Lots of good conversation and stuff to pick up. So.
Yeah, so this is the plug section that our wizard Tyler does a great job picking these up.
Yep,
the QR code baffles me.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah,
so
no,
well
I want to make it as easy as possible for people too. So again, I'll definitely do Britton's links, because that's a great idea.
Yes.
People that watch the video afterwards. But again, this is to your link tree. So again, I had it up. There it is in the banner there. But if you go to your link tree, you've got your website, your Instagram, your Threads, Blue Sky. Again, anywhere you can be, try to point people to. So the website, you can again get Dino Kid, get the Dino and Future Kid comics, stickers, prints, all that good stuff. So Instagram, like you said, to follow you for any anything you post in relation to comics or your commission list. So
yeah, I'm definitely most active on Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably the number one spot to follow me for most up-to-date stuff.
Very good.
Perfect.
Gotta get there we go. Yeah.
All right, so it's giveaway time. The very
Giveaway
first thing.
time.
The very first thing we're going to give away is a color sketch card by Josh, winner's choice. So last chance.
Yep.
This thumb is for you.
Here, I'll swap it for
the
actual giveaway. So we've got 8 entries so far. I actually don't think ours counted. I could be wrong. Again, even if we get picked, we won't. We'll obviously give it to somebody else.
So, right. We were hoping we got
reluctantly.
Picked,
but so I'll give it a few more seconds. I mean, I think most everyone here has gotten theirs in. So thank you, presenting doctor. Appreciate the kind words.
Absolutely.
And
keeps us humble.
I know, yeah. we don't think anything otherwise. I know. I guess I do see us in there. So yeah, if it lands on us, don't worry. We haven't won, so I kind of wanted to.
Yeah. No.
Oh man, look at that!
I got so excited. I thought it stopped on Good Buddy Comics.
I thought it did. I thought it had.
Yeah, for a second there.
All right. Well, Britton
is our winner. If you're listening, he's probably working out. So, oh hey, that's you.
Yeah. So yeah. So what do you know? What character you want, Britton?
Yeah. Good question. Yeah.
No pressure. This is you just won
right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start drawing.
Or we spin again. So oh man, I'm not familiar with that character, but Josh will Google it and we will get it drawn for you. Oh man.
Let me think of you. I'll go random though.
We'll come back. Or you can message after the show, Brent. I'm just messaging.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'll have to look at your comment. Jerry said he didn't see himself, so I'm gonna have to go check and see if his hashtag stuff can be, if you don't copy it quite exactly. But I'll double check.
This is hashtag gate.
No, it should have. Yeah, it should have been in there. It was the
it
right
goes,
one. So it probably it might. It's again this. I don't know if it shows everybody or if it.
Yeah, it spins really fast.
It showed us a lot for some reason. I don't know why. So
we had our name in there 5 times. So
yeah.
Yeah, he typed it during the show. So it must have been some. We'll trust the process. We'll trust the process. This is part 2. Our good buddy Philip Quattrone had donated this sketch.
Nope, I'll blow you. Yeah, we got the cover up there.
Yeah, this is all the amazing artist Corin Howe's art. So this is all art from here to here is all art. This isn't an actual cover. This is art. So, he did see it.
Okay, he did see it. Okay, good.
Jerry, you scared us. But
he's just trying to get us to run it again.
Yeah, that's right. But this will be and boy did I mess up on our rules for last week, because I meant the most you could have was 2 entries. I meant if you got it right. I didn't realize, so everybody was guessing 2 wrong entries to get 1. So I included them, but we'll tighten that loophole up on the next one.
Yeah, but everybody remembers. Yeah, it was a mystery cover, and you got two guesses to guess which Scotty Young cover this was.
You guys are impressive.
The cover was
That's Tyler. That's all Tyler.
Number 1. So I tried to make this one difficult. We did this twice before, and everybody immediately got them, and I was like, okay, this is way too easy. So yeah, it was the Old Man Logan, which you can, if you squint, you could. I think people guys, especially once you start seeing, you're like, all right, it must be this if everybody's commenting. So,
but I will say, Tyler, the one thing, if we do this live, I think it will be much harder. Because if you Google Scotty red cover, it pops up.
Well, even live, I think people are doing that too. Where it's if you take a screenshot of the image, maybe try to reverse. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta run it through some different filters or something.
It's harder to do live than because I didn't guess it whenever Tyler first showed it to me. So
there we go. He's got his choice: Orko from He-Man, but not the live action.
All right,
the cartoon. So yeah,
fair enough.
He seems like
he is a big He-Man fan, so yeah, loves Orko. So
I got to keep holding this up. Okay.
But for this one, we entered the names into a wheel. So let me pull that up let me remove this. So we've got our list of names here. These are currently in order for how many entries you got. So I'm going to give this a few shuffles here. You'll see them spin around, and then click the wheel and we'll see who wins this wonderful sketch. Uh-oh.
Well, look at there, Zach.
Looking like it's Zach. Zach wins the second giveaway. Congrats, Zach.
Congratulations, Zach. Way to go.
Yeah, come on, Lady Luck.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay, I remember. So
yeah, exactly. It gets a second.
Close key.
With their totally correct answer too. Yeah.
Congratulations, Zach. I'll get this out to you over the next week, bud. Appreciate you watching. But we've got a lot. Me and Tyler has talked about this. We've got a lot more stuff to give away, so we'll be doing more giveaways over the second half of the year.
Oh yeah. So. Especially I'll go ahead and hint at it, but our giveaway for episode 100 is going to be pretty special. So keep an eye out. Yeah. Keep an eye out for that. We'll be posting more as we get closer to that. We're on 95, so we only got 5 more.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a new car, but I'm not saying it's a new car either. So
it might as well be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's more valuable to me and Tyler than a new car.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Doctor. We appreciate that.
Dustin thumb drawing, yeah.
I still got that somewhere here.
Oh no. There we go. You might that might be handy for later in this section. Oh,
that's true. So. I like that. Our favorite and Josh, we love that because there's artists that don't really get the favorite things because they've never seen the show before. But you've seen the show and you're like you were ready to go. We appreciate
had a list, yeah.
We love that.
I'm giving you guys lots of more slides to make.
More work. Well, these are fun. These are easy because then we can, it's fun getting, especially if we don't know about it, or if we do and we like it too. So
yeah. So
so this was the first one on your list. Your family and kids and your supportive wife. And this is these are great pictures. I love these.
These are
Can you tell us a little
great.
bit about these pictures here, or about the
Oh
family?
yeah, so this is from our last trip there. So the one on the left at Disneyland, one of the Star Wars shops. They love Star Wars right now. And whenever I question my abilities as a father, and then my daughter starts humming dun 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 dun. I know I'm doing.
You did well.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. Phew.
You can rule the galaxy together.
Yeah. So they're in their Star Wars. They've only seen like parts of the original trilogy, but they are loving the characters. They loved going to Galaxy's Edge. Seeing R2-D2 roll around out there, like they lost them. Like you couldn't tell them that was not the real R2-D2 from outer space. Like, that's
yeah.
Like, can you believe it? Like,
do they lean Jedi or Sith characters? Which ones are they? Are they more into the Darth Vader, Darth Maul? Are they more like the Yoda, Luke type?
My daughter is a Sith. I'm pretty convinced.
Jesus. Okay. So.
She wanted to follow around Darth Vader. She's like, let's go see Darth Vader and his buddies. Talking about the stormtroopers.
I love that.
That's
great. But she also loves Luke and Grogu and all that. So she's in the middle. I'm a little suspect. Isaac's pretty Jedi. Like he likes, he'll lean. We made a blue lightsaber, so that was a good choice.
That's such a great experience too. I imagine, especially with a kid, to be able to just build. I mean, I did, and I had to have my brother do, because I was like, man, this is one of the coolest experiences you can do as a Star Wars fan, is to build your own lightsaber. So
it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That's the wrong picture. We were in Disneyland. That's
yeah, did you grab? Yeah, you grabbed World.
Well, he put you, but you put for your favorite things. You put my family, my wife, and Disney. So I took a shot and I struck out. So.
We do go to Disney World as well. So you're
okay. Good.
But do you prefer? Do you land or World? Which one do you prefer?
Yeah, which one do you like better?
The best thing is that I don't prefer either. There isn't a clear winner.
Yeah,
they both have pros and cons. Disney World is just massive. There's like so much to it. You need way too much time to see it all. But that makes it, every time you go back, you can see something new.
That's
Disneyland is cool because like Disneyland and then Disney California Adventure, it's like right there. You just
there.
Yeah.
Just
walk across. Yeah. Like we park hopped all 3 days we were there. We were there with my wife and my sister. Really, my sister and her family. So it was cool that we could just, let's go do this, let's go do that. So they both have their pros and cons. They're both great. They're both, very expensive, but it's like our family vacation right now.
That's smart.
And Tyler, you live in Florida, right?
Oh yeah. We're there every weekend. We go to one of the parks, so it's wild. Being able to like, hey, you want to just pop over to Epcot and get some food or something? It's like, all right, sure.
So do you go to like all the festivals and stuff?
Yeah. Epcot's become my personal favorite. I love food and wine, and the art festival, of course, is just such a fun. It's just being able to walk around the park, and it's not too big, not too small. So
Epcot's always, especially without kids, Epcot, walk around the world. My kids are like, why are we still in the France pavilion? Like, we don't care about pastries, Actually, they do care about the pastries. But once we get the pastries, they're like, all right, let's go to a ride.
Let's go ride something. No, that's fair. Yeah.
I was just thinking about this. I was just thinking about this a few days ago. It's like, because Tyler had talked about if there's a new release or something like on, May the 4th or something, he's like, I'm going to go pick up something at Disney World. And like, whenever we go to Disney World, it's like a full plan. Like we get there at an hour and a half before the drop. Yeah. We stay there to the fireworks, and we got to hit every single thing.
Yeah, it's a mission. Like a disgusting mess by the end of it.
It's exactly right.
Let's just get through this
stinky, sweaty mess. But Tyler, I thought that'd be so much fun to just be like, it's 2:00. I'm gonna go over and then not have the pressure.
Annual pass.
It's such a, because we used to do the same, because again, I'm growing up, I went to Disney 2 or 3 times. It wasn't like, it was fun, but it wasn't something we did.
Did you grow up in Florida?
No, I grew up in North Carolina, funny enough, majority in Hickory, just an hour outside Charlotte. So my wife did, though. They grew up in West Palm Beach, and Disney was their trip. So it was the same thing. We'd go and stay at Disney, wake up at 5 a.m, go till 1 a.m, drop dead, wake up, and like it was fun. But I was especially again, it's somebody who wasn't as into Disney. Then I was like, this is fun, but like this is really tiring too. So now it's been way nicer these last few years to just, like you said, be able to go, you know what? Let's pop on over and like have dinner or something, or let's
I want to do this one or two things.
Like knock out, or like they've got new merch. Like we went just recently because they have like new Haunted Mansion merch. I love Haunted Mansion, so I was like, oh, let's go see if they've they've got it there. So that's awesome, man.
She loves all the ghosties.
Yeah, they're just I love the spooky really over spooky. So it's such a fun, cute ride. So.
They haven't made a good Haunted Mansion movie yet, though. That's what I'm waiting for. I like the Eddie Murphy movie. I like the new movie that came out, but I didn't love
the Muppets one. The Muppets one's not bad.
The Muppet one was really the best. Cute, yeah.
I think of the three they've made, it's the best one of the three. So, but still, not. It hasn't hit Pirates of the Caribbean level.
That's fair.
I think it deserves it because it's a great ride.
Yeah.
One of my top 5
for sure.
And this made me hungry when I saw this picture.
I know, the homemade pizza.
Yeah. So me and my wife love to cook. It's something we've always kind of done together. And recently we got like a sweet outdoor pizza oven that can go up to like 1,000 degrees.
Wow.
So we can cook those pizzas in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've gotten into like, same as with the art where it's like where I find a thing I like and I'm like, oh, I need to figure this all out. So like I'm looking up all my YouTube algorithm is all how to make fresh pizza. How long do I need to cold ferment it and stuff like that. So that's been a lot of fun. We haven't ordered a pizza out in 3 months since we got the thing.
I was to say, I'm sure
I wouldn't either.
Really good pizza. So.
What's your favorite combination so far that you've made? Like,
I haven't gotten too crazy because I feel like cheese is favorite for the kids and family.
Yeah,
it's
I've done a few like pepperoni. Obviously, did like a sausage and hot honey. Then just recently, my mom is crazy where she doesn't like red sauce touching her, so she doesn't like traditional pizza. Never has my entire life. So she likes white pizza. So I tried a white sauce, pizza. So I did like sauteed some garlic with olive oil, mixed it with some ricotta, put that down as a base with some mozzarella and cherry tomatoes on top. It's like she can have the cherry tomatoes, but not tomato sauce.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But it's in sauce form now. If it's solid, that's fine.
I haven't figured the difference. She did try a slice of my traditional pizza and said it was very good though. So I haven't seen
you'll win her over then. Yeah. You just hadn't had good. It's it just wasn't good enough. Yeah. That's awesome, man. That would be really fun.
It is fun. Yeah, we've been doing it like every week.
Yeah. Fun activity.
You had touched on this. No. I was just going to say he had touched on this earlier. The adaptive sports. But if you want to, and whenever you had said before I opened up the image, I was, oh, cool. Josh created this too. But how old were you when you got started in getting involved in this?
Yeah, so I started playing wheelchair basketball when I was 12 years old. I was injured at 4 years old, car accident, drunk driver. Don't drink and drive, people. Don't do it. So I was a big Michael Jordan fan before I even played. So I sought out the team in my area up in Rochester, New York. Luckily, they had a team because a lot of cities don't. Started playing then. Couldn't even get the ball to touch the rim. Like we play on a 10-foot rim, full court. The only difference of rules for wheelchair basketball is we can double dribble as much as we want. Like we can pick the ball up and then put it back down. But other than that, all the same rules. So I started, when I was 12. The team was awesome. They invited me right in as the youngest member. My mom went on tournament trips with me and stuff. And just, it was a huge passion of mine. Kind of broke me out of my shell as a teenager growing up, So that was cool. And then as I got older, I was in the youth program there, aged out of it, and it kind of went away. So I kind of tried to revive it. We never had enough players to start a team, but started like a recreational youth team up there.
Yeah.
With, kids like I was when I first started. And then when we moved to North Carolina, one of the first things I did was like look up Raleigh wheelchair basketball. We're called the Triangle Thunder. So I started playing with them in 2014. We reached as high as third place at nationals, which is cool.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
It's like a regional competition. So we have a conference here that covers North and South Carolina, the Carolina Conference. So we travel like Charlotte, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, Fayetteville,
nice.
Stuff like that. Have a really good competitive league. And then nationals moves around kind of like the NCAA tournament. So yeah, 1 year we finished third, which was cool. Then we moved up a division. There's like different divisions, then bounced down. So it's been a long road. And then 2 years ago, our coach here moved out of town, and he approached me. He's like, "Hey, would you ever be interested in coaching our team here?" And I was not, but I'm like, well, let's see how it goes. And it's still like not exactly what I'd rather be playing and just join the team, but I'm kind of the coach, the graphic designer, the scheduler, all that. You got to make the schedule, book the hotels, but it's a worthwhile effort. I'm a big advocate for disabled sports. We're constantly getting new people coming in that I'm like, all right, I'm glad this is still going.
Yeah.
It shouldn't rely on one person. So
right.
So it's a lot of fun. I still play with the coaching. I'm not involved with the youth sports anymore. I'm just too busy with my own kids and stuff.
Yeah.
But thankfully we do have a youth club here in Raleigh. But yeah, I'm a big advocate for sport or disabled sports and accessible sports. Because growing up with any sort of disability, kind of, all of us growing up were like, how do we fit in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And me especially was like, well, all my friends play soccer or play basketball. Like all those were my friends, back then. Like I would play, driveway basketball with all my friends, but then they would go to basketball practice and wear their jerseys to school. So like once I joined the team at 12, like I was coming to school wearing my jersey like they would on Friday.
That's well deserved.
That's awesome. Yeah. I love that.
Cares, but it was big for me at the time, and I know it is for a lot of kids. So
the memory of that's so great, because I mean at the end of the day, the other kids that wore their jerseys, nobody cares about that either. It's about how it makes you feel and how pride you have in the team. So that's awesome that you had that experience. But I'm going to ask you about the guy in the middle there, because I love that the ball is the same size as his hand. That is, I would hate to have to shoot a shot over that guy with that.
I wish we had a player that is that big. It's based on a couple of our athletes.
I was going to ask you that if it was based on anybody.
But this was more of a composition thing.
I got you.
Trying to make it cool.
Fun. Yeah.
It is really cool. And then this one, you'd kind of hit the
trifecta,
pop culture. Yeah, so we started watching season 2 of X-Men 97 yesterday, and it is good. I think we burned through like 6 episodes while I was working on slides last night. The kids were watching it while my wife was doing something off on her own, doing some schoolwork. So it's really good. So
I still got to get to it. I haven't gotten to season 2 yet. So
and the original cartoon came out in 92. I was 7. Like I vividly remember. Saturday morning appointment television being X-Men.
such a great theme. Yeah.
It's still
the fact we have it now is 20 whatever year.
Like,
just
they make it
for
me like it's great when nostalgia comes back around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my daughter said, "Why?" Yeah, my daughter said, "Why does it look old as it's coming on?" And I said, "Because that's the way it looked when I was little. Now hush and watch it."
Well, show her those old episodes, and it looks a lot better than it used to.
Oh yeah, the animation. Yeah.
I love the intro. the intro gets you pumped. The intro is like, all right, this is what I'm used to. This is what.
And then they change a little bit depending on which characters are in.
That's
like,
cool.
I don't want to spoil that. Did you see the second episode of season 2?
I did. I was working on the slideshow as I was doing it, so I got to see it and hear it more than watch it.
The intro, the intro. How they changed it for that episode was great.
I'm pretty sure I saw that intro, and I know the one what you're talking about there. That was really cool. Now, something I haven't seen, so no spoilers. Is it? Can I still say no spoilers for Project Hail Mary, or are we?
I mean, I think so, but it's surprising you haven't watched this yet.
I haven't. I have not watched it.
Just came out on streaming, so
yeah, it's out now.
I'll give you like another week or two.
Well, it came out on MGM Plus, and I got that to watch from with my wife, and I was like, "Hey, you want to watch this Ryan Gosling movie?" Thinking that would win her over. And I said, and she's like, "What's it about?" I said, "He's in space." And as soon as I said that, she's like, "No, I don't want to watch it." So,
she's not into sci-fi.
Not that much. So I have to watch it by myself, and it's a longer movie to watch by my, to chalk out that much time. But I do want to watch it still. So anybody can spoil it. I won't
watch it where she can hear it, because chances are more than likely she'll really like this movie. Like, it's one where, again, I loved hearing the stories of people who took their kids, couldn't sit still for movie nights, and they're just like glued to the screen because they're just like sucked into the movie like they've never seen before. So it seems, because again, it's space, but again, it's more so the appeal of Ryan Gosling character and
it's more about character development.
It's just such a heartwarming good movie. So,
and my wife also not big into sci-fi, but Ryan Gosling is a big enough pull that she went
what I was hoping for,
and she loved it. She thought it was great. So
these are two of the three. The last one I'm going to mention, because Mike, who does the Hero Bear and the Kid, he had actually, whenever we had posted about your appearance on here, he'd been one of the likes for your appearance coming on here.
Oh yeah.
So that was before I got your email of favorite things. I thought, well, that's kind of full circle that Mike had liked that post. But I've picked up this book. I have yet to read it yet, because I got it because he was offering a free sketch, and I thought that is a cute bear sketch with it. Whenever Clan McDonald Comics offered it, but it's what I'm going to check out. What drew you to it?
So just his cartooning at first, I loved the proportions, the way he draws, and then I met Mike at Heroes this year. Like, it's a book that had been on my radar for a while, but I hadn't read it. So I went over, introduced myself, and like, it's funny because I finally went over on Sunday. Like, he was right around the corner from me, like maybe 5 tables over. And like, he had passed me several times. I noticed him a couple times, like, look at my work. I'm like, oh, Mike Kunkel might like my work. So I finally like, all right, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to bring him, show him my stuff. And like, he was so kind. Like, he's like, every time I walk by your table, I take a look. And he did a trade for one of them with my comic and stuff. So I got home. In California, I brought the first one with us to California to read with Isaac before he goes to bed, because he just loves when I read comics to him. So this one, we read it, and he's usually into the comics, like wants to read that each night until we're finished. But this one was like, no, we got to keep reading. We got to keep, I need to know what happens next. Like, we got to keep going. And like, it is a lot of story packed in the pages. Yeah. Like, the way he, like, I don't know if he has any sample pages to see, but it is impressive.
Wow.
The way he fits a story into a page, multiple actions in one panel, and have it kind of still flow, still tell an amazing story. I love the way he just uses red as his only color through the book. Like, man, I wish I would have thought of something like that for mine.
A lot easier, yeah.
Brilliant.
And it has some really cool twists and turns that you wouldn't expect from a kid's book.
Cool.
Revelations that I never saw coming. And that's why my son is like, we need to read more. We need to read more. Like, I need to know more about the lore of this character, because it ties into something that children are very familiar with. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you read it, like, any kid will recognize by the end all the iconic stuff that it's trying to tell, and they'll be hooked in.
That's
How
awesome.
many
Yeah.
how many books
So-
are there so far for the series?
So he's got the 2, and they're in trade form. Like I don't think he does single issues.
Right.
So the
But I
book,
couldn't remember if there's 2 or 3.
and I was confused because I grabbed the one you're showing there, Saving Time Part 1. That's
Yeah.
book 2. So that's the second book of Hero Being a Kid. But the Saving Time story is broken up into 2 books.
Okay.
So Saving Time Part 2 is going to be coming out soon, he says. But make sure you don't buy this book first. Buy the other one first.
Good job.
Did you buy this one first?
Yeah. So, no, I think I did. I think this is the one I bought because it said part 1. So,
That's funny.
Yeah.
but I'll make
Yeah,
up for that.
I
I'll
grabbed
fix
that
it.
one. He's like, oh, don't start with that one. And he's like, let me see if I have any more copies. And he like pulled one out from his backpack to,
Oh,
to
wow.
make sure I had the first book.
That's cool.
But I'm sure you can get it online or wherever. But yeah, definitely read the first one first.
All right. Well, good deal. And what type of, we all met kind of in the Scotty area here, so we had to finish it up. I was glad that you gave 3 different unique
Yeah,
Scotty favorites
options,
to
yeah.
finish
It's
the
hard.
show.
It's hard to choose the favorite Scotty, the favorite thing Scotty has touched, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
So as far as story, like reading through Middle West, like there's very
Yeah,
few comic books that have made me cry. That book made me cry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like,
It's such a heavy, good hitting book.
and anybody with like father type past, that's gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
So that one, great story, but not in the art. Like Jorge's art, unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
I'm just talking
Yeah.
about Scotty. As far as Scotty goes, like he didn't do the artwork for that. But I regularly look at those pages for inspiration. There's a reason my main character Teddy has brown hair and a red jacket.
Oh,
So
I like that.
that's great. I didn't pick
That's
up on
really
that.
cool. Yeah.
like he's very much modeled after that. So, and then for art, the Oz books were like I said a while back. Like I saw that Scotty cover for Marvel 1000. I was like, I love the baby covers now. Like I love all that stuff.
Yeah,
But the Oz
then-
stuff, like
Yeah.
this stuff, when I saw it for the first time in my artistic journey, like most of the Eisner people that gave him all those awards back then, it blows you away. Like it's the sketchiness, but still being so legibly clear.
Yes.
Like I think one of the reasons Scotty hits so well is that art has been being done for thousands of years. So creating a new style and a new way to draw is next to impossible.
Yeah.
But I think once Scotty hit that Oz book and he talks about when his style just changed, like he found something that hadn't been done before. You can see a little Bocello, you can see a little Umberto Ramos, like he talks about, but that is Scotty and nobody else.
And it made it his own. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
like you
went
said, I mean, you're borrowing from
copying, to
bread and stuff. I mean, it's the same thing, we're just our inspirations and what molded us, and then being able to take it and make it your own, which definitely did. So
yeah,
so good. And then if I want to just like a popcorn comic book that I know I'm going to laugh at, enjoy every panel in the book, I'm going to Fairyland. Like my pink copy of book 1, like the spine is half falling apart. The back cover, I'm pretty sure all the smudges are like eraser shavings because that book has sat at my drawing table so long that I'm flipping through, and Scotty, the way he taught me how to script a book from those collected editions, where in the back he'll show his black and white inks and then the script, and I'll see how he scripted, where he might have deviated. And if you look at my script, it's exactly how he formats it. I had no idea how to script a book whatsoever. He calls it full script or something. I don't know what that means. I just write it. I'm like, this works for him, I'll make it work for me. So yeah, like I said, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and I'm so appreciative of the art that Scotty and Brett and Derek and countless other inspirations have put into the world, to make us smile and make us have a better day than we would have, otherwise.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, great way
that's
of
why.
putting it.
Yeah.
So great choices,
Mhm.
Josh. And we
Lots of
love.
Hard to go
takeaways.
wrong.
Yeah.
No, you did great. That was, yeah. We love it. I messaged Tyler and I said, I love how much Josh embraces when an artist comes in, and because this is when you really get to know an artist is during this
I'm
time.
curious
this
if
time
you
period.
guys have a favorite in each of these categories. Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, I'll say I've said this before, but Ain't No Grave is probably my favorite story. I
Okay.
love
That's a
the full
great.
cycle of that story. Uh, Art wise, this one may take a little bit longer to come up with, but his rocket stuff is really good too.
Yeah.
Just showing
Yeah.
that just for the rocket and Groot stuff. But I don't know if that's my favorite art. That's just the one that's spur of the moment. And fun factor, I think his Big Little Marvel stuff was a lot of fun.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's hard to go against that, but
Yeah. That's hard. Yeah.
that's just spur. It could you ask me
Yeah.
next
Good
week,
top of yeah.
it
Yeah.
could be
Good
different.
spur of the moment picks.
So
I'd say mine line up with yours, except art. I'd probably swap it for. I mean, it seems odd doubling it, but probably I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah. I could almost say the same.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
his
I
run on
love.
Fairyland.
Yeah, I love Oz. I think at least just for me, I didn't connect with as much the writing. Like I just connected a lot with it because I love his artwork and I've read through it a few times, but I just loved. I mean, I Hate Fairyland, when because I had been collecting his covers and it was like, oh, he's coming out with his own comic, and I was like, sweet, and like
Yeah.
picking up and
Okay.
just
So
being
you were
like,
a Scotty fan leading into that.
yeah, it was like it
That's cool.
was just such a blast being able to be like, man, not only like can he do sweet covers like he's doing, because I hadn't read, Iceman or any of like the earlier works, stuff that he did. Like that was like my
Right.
first foray into his writing and stuff. But yeah, I mean,
So that's how
I
I feel
love,
with Boy at the end. Like
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
so when that comes out, it's gonna be like my first like Scotty
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
that he's gonna do that as I'm following him.
yeah.
And then Oz for the story, yeah, I've not read the whole compendium, but I've looked at all the pages.
Yeah,
know,
like it's not that it's because again it's just different, and I love anything and everything Scotty, but I still try to balance that, like, hey, if I didn't connect with it as much, again, it's not that it might not be it just wasn't as much of a fit. It's not like I hated it or anything, but
no, yeah,
but I also I'm not like a big Wizard of Oz fan, I guess, fan. Like I enjoy the movies, but it's not like I really connect to that story personally. So
yeah.
I mean, I Hate Fairyland. I'm very much, slap like little girl just demolishing people. I'm like, yeah, that's just ridiculous.
I'm
I
there for it.
100%
So
want
good.
to. But yeah, Middle West hands down is
Your favorite story?
my favorite story for sure. And I've got every single form, the trades, the hardcover, the soft. Like I've that story. I mean, Jorge's art for sure, but just like you said, man, just tearing up reading that book. It was just such a. I just didn't expect to be hit so. I mean, again, I just loved it because it proved everybody wrong. Of like, no, like the guy can write. Like it's not just he can write. I Hate Fairyland. It's like he has depth to him, both in his art, or I mean, just in his art, both visually and storytelling wise, writing wise. So,
Dad, God, you are making me change my answer now. So, I did change it as you were talking about art. I did.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I hate Image. I hate Image for because I was thinking of one of the most fun the art that he did, where he got to draw like Spawn, Walking Dead, Saga. That is one of the most fun for his art that I've seen. But Middle West, y'all are right. I mean, Ain't No Grave is great. I love Ain't No Grave.
It's great, but
I mean,
Ain't
No Grave.
It's too quick. Middle West, you sit with it for a while.
It's beefy. It's a beefy. It's a good, good long story.
I'm not trying to argue out of your selection. I'll have to like what you like.
Well, Ain't No Grave is like a feature film, and Middle West is a TV show that goes on.
Yeah, it's like an HBO
5
series,
seasons, 6 seasons. So so we'll all agree they're all great.
It's all great. I mean, there's a reason why we're part of the Scotty Young Appreciation.
That's right. So, all right. Well, my favorite thing of the week is a new TV show called Lucky. Anya Taylor-Joy is one of I just love her as an actress.
Phenomenal, yeah.
So I saw that she was in it, and I told my wife, I was like, let's try it out. The only thing I didn't know when we started watching this is that all the episodes aren't out yet. So we got to the end of episode 3, and I was like, all right, let's watch the next one. And it's like July 29th.
I was gonna say, I don't think Apple's ever done that. I think they've always been they're like well, I guess the opposite of Netflix. Netflix is drops everything, but yeah, Apple, I think sometimes they'll do like 1 or 2 episodes or 2 or 3 episodes, maybe. But
Yeah.
Get you primed.
Well, I thought this one had been out for longer than it had. It was because
no,
I
yes,
knew.
recent, yeah, because I've been wanting to get into this. I keep seeing
haven't heard of this
trailers, so it's on my list, to watch. So
Well, it
'cause also
opens
has
up. Annette Benning's in it.
but Timothy
Timothy
Oliphant,
Timothy
yeah,
Oliphant plays her
I love
dad.
Timothy, yeah. So
And he has matured into a great haired,
yeah,
father. And I was watching during my lunch today at work. I was watching clips from Justified, like just scenes from season 1 of Justified.
I still need to go back and watch that show. It's one that I'm like, I
seen
need to watch. Yeah, I've heard such great things about it. So
Yeah, y'all both need to check that out.
Streaming at? Where can I watch that?
Hulu, I think is where it's
Is it
an
an
FX one, right?
It's an FX show, so I think
There's
all 5 seasons.
There's so many shows, and it's like
6.
Sometimes it's like I want to be able to watch the show and I'm not distracted.
Yeah,
and that's so few and far between these days. Like I'm always trying to like draw and watch something at the same time, or if I watch something and really watch it, it has to be something me and my wife really agree on. But
yeah, so he just watched his rewatch. Yeah, Brian just said he did the rewatch of Justified last night. So it is really good. They did a new one that's like set in Detroit or set in a different city, but the original show was set in Eastern Kentucky, and I'm from South Central Kentucky, so I kind of know the area. It's overplayed a little bit, not too much, but a little bit.
Hollywood,
But Timothy Oliphant, he's so good because I started watching it not too long after I'd finished watching Deadwood, the first few seasons of Deadwood before it got shut down. Before the movie, way before the movie came out, and he was one of the highlights. Him and Ian McShane in that show. So yeah, he does a really good job. And he plays a good job. He's got it's a smaller role in this one, but it's a significant role. So, but pretty much her and her boyfriend, they're going to do something with money. They're going to split town. She wakes up the next morning, the boyfriend's gone, the money's gone, and everything is closing in on her. So she has to use like every resource to escape. And then that's where the shenanigans begin. So I won't.
I was saying I almost stopped you because you gave away all of Big Fish. So
no. I had to give away Big Fish for that story, but this one I had to give that part. That's really happens in the first 5 minutes. So that's the whole thing, and just her being a con artist, getting out of situations. I really liked it.
No, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, again, Apple to me, if you're gonna have one streaming service, it's gonna be Apple. Apple to me is
their stuff is
putting consistently out the best, stuff. So
now, Ryan, we may have our first fisticuff here on the show. I hope he's not talking about Justified.
I think he's definitely talking about Justified.
Oh, you're killing me! You're killing me. I'll spoil it because you two haven't watched it. But yeah, that's one of the clips I've watched. It's the very last scene. If you're talking about the one they did the reboot of, I was not crazy about it. But
I mean, I think there are very few shows I feel like really nailed their finale, like just the show as a whole. Like I like most shows I watch, I'm like, yeah, that was a fun, but it wasn't like, not to say like, because again, I've not watched Justified, but
no.
It's a hard thing to land that plane, especially nowadays where shows take forever to to finish up. But I definitely, the favorite thing of the week being Jimothy. I don't know if y'all know about Jimothy.
Oh yeah,
I just found out about him 2 days ago.
Yeah,
he's like popping up every. Yeah,
the fact it's supposedly in Roku now, it's crazy. Yeah, it's making waves. So
hey, instead of drawing Orko, draw Jimothy for Brent.
Brent's like, hold on now, I didn't.
I do feel left out because I feel like every artist I follow
on
Instagram has drawn Jimothy. I'm like,
that would be good. I would love to. You'd knock that one out of the park too.
Yeah, you have to be a feral rabies ridden Jimothy.
Yeah, ripping Kermit the Frog's head off or something. So.
Well, it's a show about 3 people. He's ready to go. Ryan's ready to go.
Okay, let's simmer down. We'll move on to.
Yeah, I went and saw The Odyssey in 70 millimeter.
Nice.
Not IMAX, but just 70 millimeter at my theater. And again, this is the second one now. I watched Hail Mary in 70 millimeter, and again, it wasn't something because I've been going to the movies consistently like my entire life. I've got the AMC Stubbs A-list membership, so I've had that for like 7-8 years now.
Nice.
And I'd missed physical physical film. Like again, it just hadn't hit me until Project
Yeah.
Mary, like how much I missed physical, just a grittiness, a realness to it, and especially for something as hyped as this movie was and stuff. The only thing I'll say negative about the experience was I sat a little too close to the screen to where my
Oh,
neck was hurting me, and I was having to like constantly kind of like do this number. So I'm seeing it again Saturday in Dolby. So that one I've got a better seat, thankfully. But it was good. And again, I'm not like a massive fan of the Odyssey, like the story, and everything. But I know the main beats, and I like this. I thought it was a really well done, entertaining movie. The practical effects, again, for a day and age where everything is CG and digitally enhanced and stuff, like this just felt like such a breath of fresh air to watch because everything was done practically. And I mean, like everything was done practically, and you could just tell, you could just feel it.
yeah.
It's just the type of
I don't
filmmaker he
disagree.
is. Yeah, and I thought everybody did an excellent job. I liked everybody in their roles. And the way he told it, the way he edited it together, and I don't know, it was an interesting take. The music was interesting. It didn't stand out to me as much, and it made sense because
Did
there
you
wasn't
read why? You read why
yeah, there
that
wasn't an
there's
orchestra,
one?
and it hadn't really
Yeah.
hit me until I read it. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like there wasn't. Like I don't know why. I was just kind of, you know, I don't know if I was feeling it or like I just didn't connect, those dots. But you know, Christopher Nolan wanted to keep it, more grounded music wise. Some are like, oh, why didn't he do it with the armor and blah blah blah, whatever. But um, it was good. I liked it. Again, I wanted to sit with it more, and like I said, I had tickets to see it the day after in Dolby, and I was like, no, I'll hold off. And then I was like, no, I do want to go see this movie again in theaters, to see it again. So yeah, I'll go see
Have
it
you
again
seen it,
Saturday.
Josh?
I have not. No, it's definitely one I would love to see, but
Yeah,
it's one where finding the time to go see
yeah.
it, I can
It's a
already
long film too.
tell it's going to be,
Oh yeah,
unless I want to like go to the movies by myself at like 10 p.m. type of thing. It's
yeah.
going to be hard. But I am going up to New York, and where I'm going, they have one of only 24 theaters with a 70
Yep.
millimeter IMAX screen.
Cool.
Yeah.
I might look and see if I get tickets, but it's probably like an hour and a half from my mom's house.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd be surprised because my brother lives in New York, and I'm jealous because he's able to see that 70 millimeter IMAX, and he's like, tickets go, just
Yeah,
because
probably sold
people
out.
just want to, even that's why I even had to wait till Saturday because I would have gone tomorrow, but my theater here, because I go to the Disney Springs location, and every single Dolby showing except for maybe like you said the 10 o'clock was like pretty much full still, like
Yeah.
just a whole week straight of being,
That's crazy.
which
Wow.
isn't, it's not
That's great though.
too, oh yeah,
That's
it's not too surprising
amazing
being
to
a
see as a
Nolan
movie
film.
fan.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like you said, it's nice to see, even just getting the tickets was difficult, because I paid for like a Discord membership to get notified when tickets go on sale because it's like
Wow.
like Spider-Man was another one I had to fight and get tickets for next week. But
What
but no, yeah, so
did you see they were adding like 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. showings because of the IMAX? They said that that's one of the things that helped drive like the IMAX sales, that they were having to do unconventional showing times just in order, and that people were coming to see this at 2 a.m., which I couldn't
for Odyssey
imagine
you're
doing
saying, or
for the Odyssey. Yeah. I
oh,
was reading
interesting.
that
Oh,
article
well,
today.
that is fair because I did read somebody who said they watched it and then they were like seeing the Odyssey and then watching out to watch the sunrise was quite.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I remember again. I love those days of where premiering a movie was you waited till midnight and then got to watch it on the day. Now it's like
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, they had a 1 o'clock showing. I'm like, why do they have a 1 o'clock? Like that's
You might as well release it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's exactly
like,
right, Josh.
yeah, just
That's
saying,
right.
just Thursday. It's just released on Thursdays now. Movies don't
That's
come
just
out on
cheap.
Fridays, so or
But
and
there was like
obviously they, yeah.
But there
Oh,
was
go
like
ahead.
five. No, I was just there was five reasons why they were trying to
Yeah.
explain why it made as much money as it did, and that
Mhm.
was the reason that stood out to me, is that the unconventional showing times for IMAX screenings.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's pretty cool. It would have been
Demand.
better seeing an IMAX. I liked the movie. It was a great film, beautifully shot. Like I told Tyler after I got through watching it, it will not be one I ever watching it. There's no reason for me to ever watch it again at home.
Yeah.
Like it's like if I had an IMAX screen, I may go see it in IMAX just to experience how it was kind of meant to be viewed. but there's nothing about the story that makes me think, oh, I've got to watch this scene again, or I've got to watch. So for a movie, it was okay. For a film, it's gonna win. It's gonna win so many awards. They might as
Yeah.
well just go ahead and give it, hand the awards over to it, because it is Nolan's. He's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie of his I didn't like.
Yeah. No, I just appreciate, again, even if I didn't, because I'm the same. I've enjoyed all the movies I've watched of his, and there's some, like, again, like Dunkirk is not a movie I generally, am interested
That's a
in
good
watching.
example.
I watched it in theaters, and I liked watching it, but it's not one I've ever watched again.
It's an intense movie.
Yeah, and I just appreciate, again, just his appreciation for theater and what the theater experience is, because again, it's become diluted with streaming at home, and because this is a movie that is meant to be seen on a large format, like you said. Like, that's why I want to go again in theaters, because it's like I won't watch this probably at home, like maybe I will, but I'm like, I need to watch this again, and at least in Dolby, like, another premium format before it leaves, because it's just, it does, justifies, the, not to say again that it's a bad movie if you watch it without, but it's just the spectacle of his films and how big he goes. And there's a really cool thing too, with, because I hadn't realized this connection, but Jeff Keighley, who's host of the Game Awards, the biggest, game award show that happens each year, his father and mother were big in film. His father's work on the IMAX camera has made the IMAX camera pretty much like what it is today. And he's worked with Christopher Nolan, and he, right before they started principal photography for this movie, he was going to work on it. Christopher Nolan asked him, would you do this movie with me? And he got a diagnosis of a terminally ill disease that he didn't have much longer to live. And he was like, what he told the doctors, he's like, whatever you do, keep me alive long enough to make this film. And he did. He and his wife every day would go through frame by frame and, work on the movie and edit and stuff. And he finished it, and shortly after passed away. So to have that legacy, again, like how much Nolan cares about film and the, it's just such a, I just appreciate that. It doesn't, I've never personally, because I know a lot of people say with Nolan that it's like, he's just doing it to do it and stuff. And I've never gotten that from Nolan. It's just, he's just passionate. He just cares about, film and that stuff. So, it was good. Yeah.
Well, a good point too about Nolan. To speak on top of that, I don't know if you all have seen Obsession, but it came out on Peacock this past weekend, and I got Peacock in order to watch it. And after watching it, Nolan had made the comment. He's like, movies like that. He called it out and said that that makes him want to do a horror film. And it's not because I can make a ton of money doing horror, I can do this. It's just like you said, the process of filmmaking. It's something that if he sees something that calls to him, he's going to go shoot it. Whether it's the Odyssey or whether it's Inception or whether it's a Batman movie. It's he's a true filmmaker. Real impressive.
No, for sure. And I didn't add a slide. I kind of thought about it after, so I did this movie, but we binged the newest season of Alex Cross, my sister-in-law, and that was fun. I had forgotten about the show almost entirely, and then like season 2 trailers came out. I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is this show? I was like, oh, we should watch this show. He's like, yeah, we watched season 1. I was like, what? I was like, I am completely, but that's because I consume way too much media. So I was like, oh, I'd forgotten that we had watched that, 2 or 3 years, but that was a fun show. That was one where I kept asking her to watch it. And we had it. And then like, she was like, let's watch that. And then we like binged like 4 episodes and like eat like over 2 days. We binged the whole 8 or whatever. So,
wow.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
All right. Well, we're Josh. We have kept you 2.5 hours. I apologize.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on.
Yeah, you're one of the longer.
Yeah, I just looked at the clock and realized it's 9:30 my time. I was like, oh gosh, I'm sorry, Josh.
I told my wife to get to bed. Don't wait up for me.
Yeah, turn the lights off. I'll be okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But this is the part he knows the drill. He's not a first timer. He's been in there. He's with us. Maybe not on screen, but he's been with us for some long shows.
In the chat, exactly.
If I'm not in the chat, that's usually because I'm drawing and I'm like, I don't have enough time to type. Like by the time I type, you're going to be like so far past where I want to type.
We just appreciate you hanging out with us, whether it's on screen or not. So
no, 100%.
in case anybody doesn't know, preview night for San Diego Comic-Con starts tonight, and we've got several good buddies there. We've read the list every week, but you can look at them, and you know, all the time signing times are pop up. Well, a couple members from the group had posted they'd seen Scotty out in the wild.
Well, I'm
And
gonna
they've
say I
got
like
pictures.
Scotty. I don't know if you saw his post on Instagram story of him
So,
at the pool. He was like, "This is my office for the week," and he had his laptop at the
little
pool.
Lobo,
Yeah, just
Bisley's
the
Lobo
logo
up there. So,
wallpaper. Yeah, so
so, so very cool. So y'all go say hi to them. You're there. So
Britain.
I'm giving thumbs. Oh my gosh, this this thumbs for you guys. All right, and then this is a new one that we've added to the list since ICC. The IC3 con fell off last week because it happened, but Terrificon. So Coy, Mel, and Brett will all be there up in Connecticut. Another fun show, Josh. I've heard a lot of good things about this one.
Yeah,
Scotty and
same, yeah.
Megan went to that one last year, so. But yeah, you might be one that you want to look into.
Yeah,
Good.
Connecticut.
It's in a casino. They said it's in a casino.
that was it. Yeah, this
it's
was the
all
one that.
set up
Oh
there,
yeah,
so-
Megan was telling
forgot,
about
yeah.
that one. Okay, so you make some money selling art, and then you gamble it away.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Bet on black, all on it, let it roll, and then. But yeah, go check out our good buddies there as well. Previews next week. Jeffrey Brown will be on. His second Hulk Teach book, or his
That's
second
awesome.
Hulk book, will be coming out August 4th. Go check it out on Amazon. But he's known for several other properties. He's going to bring some art. He's promised an hour and a half. He's like, I think I can make it an hour and a half. So,
That's fair enough. Yeah.
He's a real professional. He's got.
Yeah, yeah, he really is. No, he's Jeffrey, been a big fan of his, so looking forward to having him on.
Yeah, Vader and Son was one of my favorite books reading my kid
It's
when he was
so
first
good.
born. Yeah.
And this is a new clip. This is one we haven't promoted very much, but August 12th,
Nice.
Riley Rosmo will be on. He's the guest artist on Lobo #6. So he's going to come on. Hopefully he'll have some art from that or some art to showcase, but it'll be his first time on. I'm not sure if he's ever seen the show before, but hopefully he knows what he's in for, and hopefully he's looking forward to it as much
If not,
as we
we'll
are.
warn him. Yeah.
Well, we don't want to give him too much of a warning so he can drop out. But yeah, Riley will be coming on August 12th, and then we'll have some Scotty Talk episodes sprinkled in between these if you see lag in dates. So
Yep.
Oh, we're right at the end, Josh. You've made it. You've made it all the way.
Yeah,
So,
for 2.5. Yeah.
yeah. So if you'd like to be on the show, make sure to message one of us. You can contact us on any of the social medias, either Tyler Laracy or Dustin Whitney on Facebook, or in the Good Scotty Young Appreciation Group, or check us out on Good Buddy Comics on Instagram, Threads, or YouTube. And we'd love to have you on to come hang with us, whether you're a professional like Josh or just a fan of art like Josh. We can we'll have you on. So we've really enjoyed having you on tonight, Josh.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been great.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah.
Definitely. I'll get these other commissions finished up. I'll send you guys the other pictures, and so I'm drawing Orko, right?
Orko, yep.
Okay.
Orko or Jimothy, whichever one you want to. It's up to you. No, Orko, old school Orko for Britain. So cool. Thank you very much. We'll get you all. I've got all the addresses for the people that have commissions. I'll get that sent over to you.
Yep.
Sweet.
And
I can send you Britain's, because I've got his. So
perfect. Okay. If you ever need anything, if you ever need us to promote anything for you, Josh, please feel free to reach out.
Yep.
Commission list, anything like that.
I appreciate
when you open it up. We'll promote it for you, bud.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
You're on the good buddy list now. Yeah.
Yeah. For better or worse.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Britton. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hear me babble on.
No, not at all. Again, that's we love. Yeah. If anybody babbles on, it's us too. So.
Yeah. We're good at that. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like I said, join us next week for Jeffrey Brown. Should be a good show.
Yep.
Tyler, you take us out strong.
Yeah, Scotty Talk. So, it was an absolute pleasure. Like we said, getting to chat with you and getting to see all some commissions. And thank you again for being a part of that. We always think it's such a fun thing to offer for artists, and always find it so cool to be able to, see that artwork and the community and what our people from the group ordered and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to the rest of those getting finished up and future stuff. But until next week, until we're back with Jeffrey, we'll catch you guys on the next one. 10-4, good buddies. Yeah, I like the